He can't explain anything. He just wants people to believe him. Nope, I haven't. Yeah, that's how you get people to believe you.
Yes, I've taken psychedelics, yes. Surreal, mesmerizing, uh, oneness with everything. It was. And then I've had the exact opposite. I've seen the light and the darkness of psychedelics.
Lumos.
Yep. One of each.
It's
One of
all
each.
just being high.
Yep. You got it. It's what the mind is. The mind is capable of wild things. Yeah. So yeah.
Mr. Oakes' trade journal.
But you might use terms and stuff that I'm not familiar with.
Revelio.
Or I don't know what you're. If you're like the pearly gates of heaven, then like I might get it.
Confringo.
What does that mean? You're stuck at the gut place. The demons that got you.
No one does.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Lumos.
So what does that mean? What does that mean to you? I mean, if I could tell you, I wouldn't be asking you. I don't know. So this is in your trip that you see this? What does that mean? Okay, so were you
'Cause that's what
tripping?
it is.
Were you on hallucinogens? I think it starts. Were you currently on hallucinogens when it happened? That's something.
Yes,
you
you
know.
were.
Lumos.
So what does that mean? Eric Williams? Eric that plays the musician? Okay, I know him. Yeah. The teacher. Danny's friend? Lived around in the same different Eric Williams. Okay.
A rock formation. That's the first landmark on this map. Now to find the crooked tree.
So I'm not trying to be like argument. I'm not trying to be anything other than like I'm lost
A crooked
between
tree, just as the map said.
this and then where we
Crooked Tower
started.
shouldn't be far from here.
Because you said like you said you had your experience. No, I was asking. You said, well, it's based off of my experience, and you said it was different than Danny's and his friends' experience. So I was asking about those experiences. No, I'm not.
Expelliarmus.
You're describing it. I'm not describing anything. No.
Arresto momentum. Confringo.
Oh, about my trip? Yeah, no, I'm asking you to describe. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. So. Yeah. Mhm. So I'm asking you to describe your experience, and then Danny's and his friends' experience. I explained to you my experience because you asked me if I ever tripped, and I answered your question. So now you can continue. Okay, sure. Now. Yeah, yeah. So explain to me, like, without getting sidetracked and stuff, like we have been, your experience, and then Danny's and his friends' experience that
When they
like
have more luck higher up
led
in the
you
keep.
here, and like kind of fills in the foundation of what you're trying to explain.
A ladder.
So is that your trip you're describing? That is different than the Danny? Just explain to me that one, dude. Like, how is it so hard? You know what I'm trying to ask? I'm not trying to get upset or anything, but I'm trying to ask a specific thing, and you always sidetrack and talk about something else.
What went on here, I wonder?
It feels like you don't want to answer those questions. You brought it up. You said that whatever experience, what experience, the one that you're talking about, you're referencing, the one you're referencing. 'Cause I haven't heard this, I haven't heard yours, and I haven't heard Danny's. So like this seems to be an important layer of what you're trying to explain. And I'm interested. I want to understand. I want to hear it. And you know, I enjoy these kinds of things. Believe it or not. What started that?
Clearly not.
What started that?
Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus. Confringo. This is almost This is the spot on the map. I'd best have my wits about me.
Were you tripping? Y'all are tripping? Were you tripping this, or was it actually happening? He was doing that.
What were we
God
finding
damn,
here?
dude, what the fuck? Oh, God. Thank So, tell you something. Wow. Like what? Hmm. Hmm. I think you had one where like you told me, I think you told me about one of these before. You thought you heard the click or something? One.
Oh, you think you're so...
You feel that?
I won't rest. Too late for you to learn the error of your ways.
Hmm. Hmm. Damn. What does that mean? What? White paint? Hmm. I wouldn't. I wouldn't say there's very esoteric Christians out there. Like I'm a very mystical Christian myself, so don't be so surprised. Not everybody's Catholic or Baptist, you know. No man is without guilt. No, you're guiltless. You're guiltless. Sinless. You're sinless. You're sinless. You've never committed a sin. You've never committed a sin? Huh? That's not for me to judge you. I'm just asking you to honestly ask yourself if you've ever committed a sin. Yeah, and the human sin. What does that mean to be the king of kings?
Be Triple H.
It looks as though Adelaide's instincts were spot on.
I will make you pay.
Yeah, he's still here.
Yeah, I'll tell you about my bad trip. What happened with my bad trip? We did some mushrooms, and I sat back of a car with my like knees buckled, bent up for like probably an hour. Right? And then all of a sudden we got up out of the car and stood up, and then like all of a sudden I couldn't see. It's because like the light like trickle on the blood, all of a sudden I stood up. But if I didn't tell you that, this is what it seemed like. So all of a sudden I stood up, I couldn't see, but I was still there, and I could feel everything. And I just like, I fell down and hit the ground. I don't know, I couldn't see. Nothing felt up or down to me, but I just knew I was like, I could feel that I was pushing all this stuff, you know? But I couldn't tell if it was the ground or if it was a wall, you know what I mean? Because like I was like, blood not getting to my body, and I felt, and then all of a sudden like I could see again, and then I was on the ground, and then all I heard was like a buzzing, ringing noise in my head, and yeah, so it was like trippy, like all of a sudden I couldn't see, and like I didn't understand it, and then so the worst part of it, that was like
That was 3/8 good trip.
I thought I was gonna die. So after that, I thought I was gonna die. And like, I prayed, I was like, oh, please don't let me die, because I thought like, oh, it was something like that was weird. What's gonna happen? I was tripping still a little bit. But after that happened, like I wasn't tripping anymore. I instantly not tripping anymore. After that happened, but the worst part was about that trip. Nothing really profound about this. I don't even know why I'm telling this. But we were sitting there watching. We were watching Family Guy on TV. I was with these people, and like I've heard people talk about trips like this. And like I was sitting there with them, and like my arms were crossed, and my arms were like melding together, and I was like, oh shit, yeah. And then I was listening to the Family Guy, and I was like, this shit's not even funny. I was like, what? I was like, this shit. I was like. I'd be like, this isn't even funny, and then they'd laugh, and then I'd laugh. I'd be like, it's not even funny. Why don't I think it's funny? And yeah, and then I realized, and then one thing I realized is this is true. I really didn't quite understand until later, but like I realized, I was like, these people are not my friends. That's one thing I realized. Was like, these people. Not my friends. It gave me clarity in that sense. But other than that, dude, it just kind of like tripped me out and made me super self-conscious, and like comedy doesn't make sense when you're tripping. So then I got super self-conscious about that. Like, why am I not laughing about it? It's like, this isn't funny. Why isn't it funny? Shit. Ugh, I'm tripping. I can't wait till this ends.
Because he just has no taste.
Yeah. Well. That was my self-consciousness, and that was more like my My it like the spotlight effect when you have anxiety feels like everybody's like paying attention to you, even though like they've done experiments. And you can be in a restaurant, nice fucking restaurant, you can scream out whatever you want for 5 seconds and you stop, and then everybody stops for a few seconds. They make sure you're not going to do anything crazy. They're like, what's happening? They're like, okay, nothing's happening anymore, and then they get on with their business because they don't give a fuck about you. And but in the trip and stuff, dude, I was like, spotlight effect was on max. And those people were not my friends. They used to. If you take it.
Hello? Mr. Oakes?
No, you said what?
I'm here. They've taken my wand. This cell has an enchanted lock. I have experience with these locks, but I need my wand if I have any chance of opening it. Look for a boiler door. I've heard them speak of it.
I need to find Mr. Oakes' wand. Where could it be?
You know what? Yeah. So this is something really common, something very common, and because it happens with people who do meth, happens with people who like do a bunch of drugs in general. So something. Yeah, I know, but okay, yeah. What I was saying, I think there's something in our brains and in our reality, possibly, that is there, that when you overexert your brain in different kinds of ways, anywhere from running to exhaustion, right? Anywhere from running to exhaustion, meditating to exhaustion, drugs, that like lowers that veil. But how distorted it may be and how incomprehensible that extra layer of reality is to our brains and to our being in this form, like that is just like, it's like people have different experiences and different stuff. It's like, what is what? Like how we're probably really far off. We're like an ant that sees us. Like maybe there's one ant that like actually notices humans on a level more than their simple understanding. But it's like, even if that ant kind of saw us for what we were for a second, they don't really fucking know. That's so out of us. If you do, yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 That's no same than an ant that saw something coming back and be like, dude, it was like this and this and this, and they're like, okay, well, explain it more to us. Like, help us understand what it actually was. It's like, you can't do that, just like an ant can't. Like, until you can like convey that to a layman, it's like you have to like, and that's the way to do it, is when we ask you questions and stuff, to like figure out ways to explain it so you can convey that to an audience online and they will get it. Like, this is a place to hone that skill. Because us asking questions is going to help you better understand it. Like, what helps you learn better than teaching? Nothing. The best way to learn about something is to try to teach it. When you do feel like you have an understanding of it, now try to teach it. And then you will learn that you don't really fucking understand it. That's with anything. That's with anything. academically, you name it, philosophically, and then in this case. I don't think I don't think you don't understand it for yourself. I think in the sense that if you ever heard the term that you don't truly understand something unless you can teach it to somebody. In that sense, that's what I'm telling you. It's nothing personal. It is a thing that, or it's a saying, and I think that would, if you would hone the skill, if you would hone the skill of it. Don't expect people to understand it. Don't expect people to believe you understand you. No, I don't expect you to completely utterly explain it, but but you should try to explain it though. That seems like a cop out to not explain it. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Then you
It
need
kind
to
of just sounds
figure out a
like
way
you
to
yell
explain
at
it
us
better.
because we don't understand it.
It's like people don't understand it, and it's not everybody. It's you had this unique experience, and you want to share it, and people want to understand it. So maybe there's ways to do that, like when when you use terms and stuff, like whatchamacallit effect, the Hutchison effect. You know, like people are gonna be like, oh, what is that? Well, now you know. Well, this is what I say when people ask that because so and so asked me that, and then I had to think about it. And then you know what? Like my understanding of it wasn't enough for them to grasp it. So then I had to Then I had to like be like, well, maybe I'm being too personal instead of being universal. You should be universal in your explanations rather
Boiler
than.
door. How to open it?
So you keep on doing this. You're like, oh, you don't get it because I'm a master and you're a learner, and you just have to accept it because I'm the teacher. Yeah, but that's what you keep on going to, and I don't think that's legitimate. Same thing, yeah.
Arrest over message. You only have Ranrock to blame.
Were you gonna lose your ship because he belched?
No one stopped you.
Protego! Confringo! Expelliarmus!
You're gonna have a hard time getting followers. It's like he's so sensitive. No, I think you're gonna have people asking questions in the comments and stuff. Okay, I'm not trying to. And I've explained to you multiple times how you're misinterpreting me asking questions as me being obtuse and like challenging you. Well, it was the same thing. Yes, master apprentice, master teacher, and then you're talking. And you said, okay, if you'd prefer level 1 to level 2, same thing. I get it what you're referring to, but I don't think that inhibits. I don't think. I don't think that stops people. I don't think. I don't think. You don't know what I'm gonna say because you asked me what was I gonna say, and I'm trying to answer you, and you keep on interrupting me. Yeah, and now I'm explaining what that means. Well, can you let me
Go ahead,
finish?
keep asking him.
Okay. I don't, and that's like one of the techniques. You just like interrupt until it's like,
Revelio.
then that's the thing at hand. But I don't think that being a master or an apprentice or like a student or a teacher, I don't think that block. I don't think that blocks people from being able to understand things that the master or teacher are trying to explain. Okay, so like don't use that as like, well, this is the thing. So when you said that stops you from understanding, I don't. Go ahead. Okay.
This door must need power from something.
Okay. How does that? Okay, you just brought up the one in the power, but
And they're both high as
but
fuck.
what is? But I would explain. I was asking you like how you can't explain the thing, and you were like, well, it's the thing. You can't get it because it's like the master and
Looks
the
as if there are
teacher, or
pipes
the level
leading
1
into
and
it.
level 2, and then you. Yeah, because I was referencing what you said. Okay. Not verbatim. Okay.
No, you didn't. You just yell at him.
I'm confused about how it got here, to be honest, because I was just asking you questions about stuff, and then so
Because he hates being questioned.
so okay. I'm like sorry about that sidetrack. You were talking. Just continue with the point of why you brought up, because I didn't get it, and I was asking questions, and then you were explaining the master and apprentice with the boat, and how did, and then you said that has to do with the one and the source. So finish that story. Or whatever you were talking about.
Lumos.
So what's the one?
Keyword
Is the
magic.
person? The one is the person?
Confringo.
What does that mean?
One way or another, we'll get what we're
And that's what you did to see what you saw? So is that what you inadvertently did? What's this thing? Well, what was the sun to you? What did it mean? What did it mean to you? And what, like, when the sun came down to you, what, you were just sitting there and then all of a sudden power? Or, like, did something happen?
You're making this too easy.
I won't rest until you're dead. Oh, little moon cow.
How nice of you to stop by.
Arrest them.
What an unfortunate thing for you.
Arrest them.
Hogwarts teach you nothing about dueling.
Your spells glance off of me. Pity. Not
And
quite.
had you tripped again?
Arrest them.
Were you tripping the day before?
I will
Or
make
at the
you.
time or anything?
You will suffer.
Okay, I was
I won't
asking had you taken any drugs or hallucinogen at the time?
Arrest them.
Okay.
Oh, that was meant for me.
Anything like that before.
You won't get away with that.
Arrest them.
You won't defeat us all.
Expelliarmus. Ranrock has
What-
followed
what-
you all.
what does
to your
that mean?
demise.
What's gonna happen? Okay. So what hallucinogens or drugs do you take? Nice. I've never even heard of anybody anywhere, any of that. And about that. You hear that, Xbox? Yeah, back in the, what is this, the 2000s? Back in 2000s. Yeah, that's 2002, 2001. Before, after 9/11, that's how I know, that's like
That's how
everybody,
you
our generation,
quantify everything before or
everybody's
after
like,
9/11.
"Bro." That's like my hard stone fucking landmark of
That's your
where was
JFK assassination.
I? Yeah. Then like when did my parents get divorced? Happy.
I couldn't tell you that about my parents either.
This must be Mr. Oakes's wand.
Yeah.
Perhaps now he can
That's
set
like
himself free.
that's an I think June 24th or July, no, June 29th or July 29th, I and like had a spiritual experience where yeah, me neither. More of an inner awakening more than
I
a
can't get out of this damn cell without it. It's my last hope.
felt it in my
Please.
soul.
Oh, my wand. Oh, thank Merlin. Thank you.
Me neither. Yeah. I mean,
You did
I read the
I
Bible.
found my wand and...
You know, there's
Wait, you're a student?
for all that
Oh, we
religion
must get you to
tells
safety
that,
immediately. It's dangerous.
Bible's
It's
good.
all right, Mr. Oakes. I've dealt with these goblins before.
Dear Merlin.
I said for all that
You're either very
religion
lucky or very talented.
has
Well, how did you find me?
I'm a friend of
blame
Adelaide's.
for. You know, it's
She
like
was
the
worried about
Bible
your
is
business with Ranrock's loyalists.
a deep and
Oh,
meaningful
she was
book,
right to be. I couldn't
whether
go
you
through with the
take it
agreement,
literal or
and
not.
when I told
It's
them,
like,
I ended up blindfolded and
I'm sure
behind
everybody's
bars.
read a science fiction
Locked in
book
that
that was
infernal cell for so
deeply
long they'd forgot I was
impactful.
even there.
If you've read enough
I overheard
fiction
things.
books, you
If
probably
only I
have.
could reward you for what you've done.
The
Blasted
Bible for
goblins
me
stole
was
every
like
canut
that,
on
but
me.
times 10.
All I can say is thank you. Truly.
Am I right that you speak gobbledygook?
That and
Unbeknownst to Ramrock's fiends, I do.
what is
I've
it,
always had an affinity for goblin culture.
the Book of Zen.
Knew I wanted to be a metal trader ever since I was
It's like
a lad.
it's
It
like
wasn't
a
easy learning the language. It's complex. My
Eastern
memory's as weak as my knees these days.
Proverbs.
But after
You know,
decades
it's like it's
working with
basically like
fine goblin
Proverbs,
folk,
but like
I grew
even
fairly
more
proficient.
better
At least,
translated
I'd
Proverbs.
like to think
like
so.
the way they translate it in English is like more
You mentioned you overheard
applicable
things.
and like
Sad tale, really. I think I know
easier
where
to
Ranrock's
understand
unfortunate
and
vendetta
understand
against
how
wizardkind
to
began.
relate it
Although
to
dragon
modern
breeding
day.
was outlawed by
Like,
the
okay,
Warlocks Convention
yeah,
of
it's like this.
1709, Ranrock stumbled
A
upon
lot of
an
stuff in the
illegal
Bible is
dragon
really
camp.
young,
He was
especially in
young.
like the Proverbs and
Found the
Psalms.
creatures
Is like just
fascinating.
poetic.
He'd visit the camp in secret whenever he could, never making his presence known. After weeks of sly surveillance, he finally summoned the courage to speak to the wizard in charge. Ranrock wanted to join them and the creatures. The wizard happened to drop his wand. Ranrock saw an opportunity. He picked it up, went to hand it back as a means of introducing himself. The sight of a goblin with a wand sent the wizard into an instant rage. He beat Ranrock nearly to death. Ever since, Ranrock has despised wizard kind, sees us all as cruel.
I'm grateful I was able to help you, Mr. Oakes. Adelaide thinks the world of you.
Oh, and I her. She's become quite savvy to my trading habits, always analyzing my detailed owls. If only I hadn't resorted to trading with such fiends. A lesson I shan't soon forget. Having my wand back is like being reunited with an old friend. I must return home and inform Adelaide of my safety. Will you be all right?
I'll be fine, Mr. Oakes. You get back to Adelaide. I assure you, her worries outweigh yours.
Oh, I'm anxious to see my dearest. And then I plan to travel far from here for my next round of trading. Thank you. May life reward you justly for your deeds. Be well, my friend.
Mr. Oakes was lucky. Ranrock's lot would never have freed him. Aloha, Mora.
I'll tell you one thing, when I had like the grandma's seizure, I was in the military in the orderly room. Like, to me, I was turning in some, I was doing a fundraiser. I was turning in these tickets for the fundraiser. I sold these tickets. And I was handing them in. Next thing I know, I'm in an ambulance. And like these dudes are like fucking like punching on my chest. But they're doing like a knuckle rub on my sternum.
Your blood's on Ranrock's hands.
What they do, it's like the same thing they do to
Because
people.
you're passed out.
Yeah, it's like how you wake up people who are knocked out. Yeah, and they're doing that and asking me questions and stuff. Apparently, like I was like semi-conscious, and I was saying some things, but I don't know what. And then like no one, yeah, I never got to talk to anybody who like actually like was there for the whole thing, so I don't know everything. But Yeah, they had to do. See, I don't know everything. I don't know.
If they're doing a knuckle
The
rub
the
thing,
the
your
one
heart hasn't
thing
stopped.
the one thing I understood from it when I would ask more about it and try to ask more, some shit happened, and the only thing anyone would tell me is that like you scared the shit out of everybody. They thought you were going to die. So whatever that looks like. So so while they were so like what they do when you're in a seizure and coming out of it, they ask you a bunch of questions, like questions you should know, right? Your mother's maiden name, what's your name, what's the street you grew up on, all those kinds of things. Where are you? You know, what do you do? What's your name? And I was out of it. I was in like a foggy haze. It seemed like heaven. And I was like being interviewed by a panel of these beings, these humans, these humanoid beings. Like they're humans. They're interviewing me, asking me all these questions and stuff. And like to me, I was just there like answering all the questions and stuff and all this, like, and it was really
Oh,
cool
here's a
and
sad
interesting
looking
and all
place.
that. But you know, but that's probably just my brain, like fucking. I'm semi-conscious because I'm having a seizure. I'm still there in a way, but like people are asking me questions, and then I'm trying to interpret that. And so to me, in my seizure head, it's like a dream, and they're interviewing me for like a job. It feels like. So I could see it as like some kind of supernatural thing. Or I could see it as like, well, I was having a seizure, and then people are like asking me questions because that's what you do with people who have seizures. But it seemed like a, you know, and I'm just looking like a retard. Like
Here
I
I
just look
come.
like I don't know anything. That's what people look like when they have seizures. They're just like, ugh. And they're thinking. They look.
I'm just looking like a retard.
They do the thinking face. They do the like I know it, but like I can't find it. And but the one thing like was I in some kind of limbo where I was getting interviewed and some questions were asked to where, you know, it was like we either take, you know, you either take your soul up to, you know, heaven or whatever, you're leaving this realm, or you can go back. Could have been something like that. And that's the confusing things about different states of mind, of mine. Because I've had experiences that like felt completely real to me, but I still have a doubt. I still have a doubt. You know?
Glad you came.
Hello, Serona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. In fact, we're working together to try and rein in Ramrock.
Are you? I suspected you and he would get along. Perhaps best I don't know details of your plans. And I shall refrain from
Well, that's
telling you
not
to be
what I
careful
meant
yet again. But I hope you will be.
I
didn't have any of those kinds of questions.
Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
You did.
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favor for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
Well, I mean, I have a strong sense of self. I try to, but I understand that I understand the oneness of well, everyone has, you know, but I do have a oneness of us all. Like that's one thing. Like I have a deep faith and belief in
She's
is that we're all
lovely.
connected in
Her
a
late
supernatural
husband,
way,
Aidan, was a friend of
or
my
the
father's.
oneness, and that is
In
what they
fact,
call
I'd stay
God.
with Dot and Aidan the
And
summers
that
I
is
waited
not,
tables here as
there's
a
not
student.
some
I've seen her a
individual
few
who is
times
God, or
since
is
Aidan
this
passed,
oneness? It
but the
is
pub's
the
been so busy
unification of
lately,
us all,
I've
and no
not been as
one
attentive as
person
I'd have liked.
is
I wonder if you might pop in and
is the
see her. She may
embodiment
need
of
some
that.
help collecting
It
ingredients for her
is,
supply of Wiggenweld potion.
we are all
And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
I don't know what God can do. That's one thing that's the, I mean, no, you don't know. In the sense, I will say God. In the
I'll
only
try to
sense
go
that
and
I
see her
think
when I can.
that is
It
true
would mean
is
the
that
world to me.
in the
And to
way
Dorothy.
that God gave
Aidan
us
was
the
bringing a
ability
box of
to
letters to me when
create
he was taken ill.
and make
Dot can tell
and
you
free
where he might
will,
have dropped it.
he said yes to humanity
You'll find the hamlet
and to
just
any
north of Hogsmeade.
sentient being who has the
Please do
capabilities
give Dot my
that we
love.
do. So I think he said yes to that, but like yes to the apocalypse. What is the apocalypse reality? What's the apocalypse reality?
His bad trip.
See, I don't have any issues like with like this ego death thing. Like, what is what is ego death? What is ego death? What is the illusion?
Thank you again for delivering those potions to Madame Lawing. Saved me a lot of time and
Reality.
trouble.
You mean
What we
reality.
say is reality. What we say is reality.
No, you can't
What we say
because
is
that's a
reality.
fantasy.
It's a real word. Reality. Yeah. What like what civilization says is reality. That's what you're. So you're saying breaking away from that. No, that was a question mark at the end. I'm trying to get you to clarify and like correct me where I'm wrong in that statement.
He can't even hold his own bullshit together.
All right, let's start. What is ego death? And then you said the breaking down of reality or something. The illusion of reality. Okay. The illusion. Okay, so it's reality disappearing. What is the illusion? And you said the Matrix.
I hope to
And
see
you
you
said
again.
that, dude.
Farewell for
dude.
now.
See, he can't handle it.
You said, all right. You said it's the Matrix or so. How is this so hard?
Hello,
Like I'm
Gamora.
just trying to get you instead of speaking in riddles to speak in plain terms. All right, what is ego death? Just start over. What is ego death? But it's a simple. Okay, what is the illusion? Simple. Dude, this is a simple logic step, dude. Instead of sidetracking with Michael, just answer the question, man. Like, I'm not trying to, like, be difficult. You are. You're real. But you are not. There's more to you than that, though. Is that what you mean? I know. I know, and I know, like, so there's more. So it's like the understanding that there's more to consciousness. There's more. Just correct me when there's more to consciousness than just me in this body. Like, I'm more than just a consciousness in this body. I am beyond that. Like, there's more to me than Michael McDaniels. Is that what you mean?
He's saying you don't exist.
Dude, this is your
Don't you
example.
fret,
Okay, all right, okay.
I shall
Instead
sort
of Michael
something
McDaniels,
out.
Michael Newman.
Thank you again for delivering those push-ins to Madame
There may
Lawing.
not be.
Saved me a lot of
Hello? Is
For
something the
mine,
matter?
there may not be.
Most decidedly, yes. My precious mooncalf biscuit was abducted by poachers up north. Oh, the vicious brutes. I tried to fight back, but I was no match for them.
I'm sorry about your moon calf, Mr.
Garnuff. Just Garnuff. I'm only one goblin.
true.
Not a particularly brave one at that. I have no chance against
Because
a
I'm
pack of
not
bloodthirsty
narcissistic,
poachers.
and I understand that, like, this is a
Oh,
world,
biscuit.
and I am
I
one
can
with
only hope she's able
everybody,
to escape.
but I am not Lord of all. I did not create this for us. I'm not in a matrix program in which I just created everybody.
But he wants to be.
That's like... Dude, that... Well, I don't think that's... Do you like it? Is it enjoyable? Is it fulfilling? Why would you believe that?
Yes, it is.
It is a belief. Yeah, it is. It is faith.
How is it not faith? If you can't prove it, it's
I've had
faith.
experiences equally, like, I've had similar experiences. Like, I have astral dreams. I can fly. Why?
The I need attention. And a bunch of words that don't
That
make sense
makes-
together.
Dude, yeah, but if it does make sense. No, I just want I want you to explain how you made your will. How did you make your will, Newman? That's all, dude. I'm not... And you know what? It, like, I was trying to explain to you something, like, I believe, I get it if you don't get it. I get it. And I would just be like, I can't explain it to you. I experienced it. And that
If
would
you
be
can't
that.
prove it, it's a belief.
I experienced, you know. Then explain it, Newman.
I can't prove the Big Bang. I believe it.
Otherwise, it's just a belief. And there's
I
nothing
can't
wrong with that, dude.
prove.
No, Newman, I'm not
Fucking
trolling you, dude.
Christ.
I'm not.
I can't prove what happens inside a black hole. I believe what happens in it.
It's not, dude. It's you're being defensive and just deflecting it, dude. That's what you're doing right now. Because I'm not trolling. No. I'm saying...
Because you can't. Otherwise, you wouldn't be getting pissed about it.
I'm not. No, I haven't. Just, no. I've not been. I've asked you to explain it, and like it's, but you keep on insulting me because like I'm just like, okay, what does this
I
mean?
feel like
What does that mean?
NC has kept the same tone
Because
this entire conversation.
You keep on saying like, oh, you just because you can't understand it, or I'm
I'll
trolling.
keep an eye out for your moon calf, Garniff.
How kind. If only all of Wizardkind was as gracious to goblins. If you do see her and can bring her safely home to me, I promise to reward
Your
you for
research
your
means
efforts.
nothing if you can't
No,
explain
you're
it.
just deflecting again.
Do keep
Because
an eye
no,
out
you
for
should just. I can explain to you my experiences and why I believe what I believe. And you know what? If you don't get it, and then I can't explain it well enough to you, like that's okay.
He is
It's,
so
it's not
dead
because
set
you just
in
don't
his
get it and
belief
or
that he doesn't
something.
want to believe that it's not real.
Me neither.
Yes, you are. You totally
I'm not
are.
upset. I'm not. I don't think it is either. I'm not trying to explain you. I'm not trying to force you to explain to me something or whatever you're saying. Just, all I did was ask you, what is ego death? What is ego death? That's all I asked you, dude. What is ego death? What is ego death? Is the ultimate
That
mystery?
means absolutely nothing.
Sure, or I mean, I'm asking you. I'm not proposing that. I'm asking that. Look, I don't know. You're the one that brought it up, man. And like, I think I understand what ego death is, but I was just wondering what you think ego death is. But that's like a fucking
To be
too
sure,
deep,
you're on the same
and then
page.
like we're fucking here now. I don't know. What? Okay.
He
Right. What is
he
ego
wanted
death
to
then?
make sure.
Okay. What does the illusion of Michael Newman disappearing mean?
Yes. Explain it in a simpler term. You
I mean, I
found the
understand what
shit.
it means. That means, okay, I'll tell you.
My
I'll tell
God.
you. You know what? I'll tell you what that means. I'll tell you what that means for me. I can answer that question. I can answer that fucking question. I can answer it. I can answer it. Would you like me to? But you just get.
Which is
you think I'm
exactly what you're
trolling
doing.
instead of just answering me, because I'm trying to see where you're coming from. I am thinking about no, Newman. Stop for a second, dude. I didn't say that. I didn't say it makes sense. I asked you what it means, Newman. I didn't say it did. He's not listening.
My God, you are
You're not
not
listening.
a fucking scholar. You aren't a fucking poet.
Dude, all I did was
You're
ask
just
you what
throwing
it
words
means.
together
I
and
can
hoping
answer
for
that
the
question.
best.
The same question I asked you, I can answer for myself, and I'm not trolling myself. I'm not being an asshole. But I'm asking you what you think of, though. But Newman. Okay, I can
This
tell.
the
I can
exact
answer
same
my
way,
question,
hoping for
which
the
you
same
refuse to
fucking
answer.
response.
Which is my question is, what does the disappearance or the illusion of Michael McDaniel's disappearing mean? That's all. I asked you, what does that mean for you? I can answer that. I'm not trolling you. I wanted to know what it meant for you, Newman. I can answer it. And guess what? I'm not being you. No.
No.
I never said
No, he
any of that,
didn't.
Newman. I never said any of that. Okay, that was,
Nope.
dude, that is another thing.
Immediately get
That's
upset.
gone.
There's only one person getting upset.
That's gone, dude. This is, you're bringing up another thing. What are we talking about? Anyway, so what like the illusion of Michael McDaniel's disappearing means is that like me myself in this body, like it is not who I truly am
You're trans.
on a metaphysical level, you know.
NC's
And I am
trans now.
one and connected with everybody, and to put up this wall that like I am not like somehow connected. You know, it's like treat others like yourself, because like we're all connected. That's what it kind of means to me. Is like this this barrier between us that we put up, like we're not all one. We all are one, and I could be wrong on that, but that's my understanding of it. So when you When you say that, that's what I think of, and I wanted to know what you thought of when you say that.
What happens after what?
I don't know. You tell me. That's what I was saying. Mhm. Mm, that's an
Except
illusion.
you don't.
You don't really, though. You can find weaker people to prey upon and to manipulate.
Hmm.
That's all you're
Yeah.
doing.
No,
For
maybe.
sure, that's all you're doing. At most. That's humanity, dude.
Th-
He
That's
found
that's his
weak
belief.
people. He found weak
No,
people and he
he's been
drugged them with
pushing you to
LSD.
explain yourself.
You brought up Manson. You brought up Manson, so I'm going to reference Manson. He just found weak people who,
Who were
no
scared.
families. They're all hippies roaming around, no families, and he just drugged them on LSD, trained by the CIA to hypnotize people. That's what he did. He was no saint. What do you think happened? Okay, then instead of getting mad, just like answer the question. Like, I'm not attacking you.
It's
I
in
want to
history
get it because,
books.
like, what I understand is what I told you. Now I'm asking you. Okay, then no, you're making an assumption. I think so. So pretend like we're in a friendly debate. Pretend like we're in a friendly debate. I'm okay, dude. Okay, so what was Manson doing then, if not drugging weak people? You brought up Manson though in some kind of way,
All cult leaders are
and like
insecure.
for an example. And I'm telling you, like, that level was him just manipulating people who were weak-minded using LSD.
Thank you.
That's what he did. It is, that's what he did. He used LSD to
I
manipulate
imagine.
people.
I mean, I play Harry
With
Potter, so
like,
I
yeah,
understand
I'm
ancient
sure he
magic
used,
now.
for sure, it's magic. It's magic. It's manipulative, evil thing to do. Do you not think that what Manson did was a manipulative, evil thing to do? Wow. Well,
Maybe.
you have been warned. That's a lie. That's a lie,
None of
dude.
it. None of.
The thing that you don't, nothing that you do matters. That's a fucking lie, dude. That's a lie that kills people. That's a lie that kills men.
None of it matters.
It sounds like Manson is evil fuck in my eyes. And yeah, he manipulated people using drugs. He
I
was a
figured they all
cult
just
leader,
were a
dude.
bunch of
Who
hippies that
wants to be
got
a
high
fucking
and wanted a
cult
family.
leader fucking manipulating weak-minded people? I want to build up people's minds. People I come in contact with, I want to make strong, knowledgeable about the world
I just want
so
them to
they're
follow
not
my
taken
orders.
advantage of.
It'll make a better world. If people
They
just
don't come
listened to me and
prey
did what I
to
said,
evil people.
how to
Not
follow
become
my
prey to evil
instructions.
people.
I know you're so trying to hold back laughter from what I'm saying, NC.
Yep. Do you think Manson is like a saint?
No, he's saying that there's no good or evil in the eyes of whatever.
I think Manson was like that was a bad sidetrack. So like so that's what his will wanted.
You're
For him
neutral.
to murder people.
You're neutral because, you know, you don't add or take anything away.
He's
He says one thing. Don't worry,
Yeah,
Steven. You're not stupid. You're just under-intelligent.
I just don't think what Manson was doing wasn't what the oneness wants. And I just have a feeling that
You ever read the Book of the
a
Law?
good thing.
Oh, God.
How many ancient books have you read? And that's not even ancient.
The Book of the Law was written
early
by
1900s.
a psycho pedophile,
Have you
like,
read it?
orgiest drug addict who just
Have you read Mein
squandered
Kampf?
his family's money and opened up a portal
just-
in one of
it's
his
just so
homes that he
interesting
never
that you have-
closed. He was a,
It's just so
he
interesting
was
that you have all
he
these
was
strong
well known-
opinions, but no
he
real
was well
first-hand
known
experience with any of this
as
stuff.
a reckless
I don't need to read
magician.
Mein Kampf
was
to
a
I
not
think you
want to kill
take
the
a lot of
Jews.
opinions of other people and make them your own, and you don't have any
I'm not.
first-hand experience.
This is dude.
Try
dude,
reading. Read
I've
the Satanic
thought both
Bible.
ways.
Read the Communist
Satanic
Manifesto.
The Satanic Bible.
Read the Constitution of the
You
USSR.
talking about like the official
Read Mein
Satanic
Kampf.
Church?
Read all this stuff. Watch Faces of Death.
Okay, I'm
No,
telling
thank
you,
you.
I'm telling you that Aleister Crowley is no saint and no person
I didn't say
I
he
would ever
was.
want to follow. And, or like his book of the law that he wrote. He wrote the book of the law.
It doesn't matter if you'd want to follow it or not.
It's not
I'm
true.
asking, have
it
you
was
read
written, it? Yes, it is not true.
You have.
There
read
are
it.
truths in it. There are truths
What
in
is
it, just like
what is the main
all
statement?
things. Do what thou wilt, love under will, which is
It's
true.
close. That's
But
close.
that's
Good job.
bastardized. This is a bastardized teaching because
Love under
it
will.
was
Be
taken
careful
by
out there.
people
Poachers
as
Love
are
like
under
I
law.
do what I
unscrupulous
Will.
want.
enough.
This I do. It took
should
it as
try
like
and
I do
rescue
what I
Goldust
want,
Mooncalf.
despite
The work
Sounds
other
as if I need
people.
to head
good.
north to find those poachers.
You don't
It's not
understand
people
why
that
there can
bastardize
be. You don't understand why there can be amazingly powerful
Okay, this dude, just think
aristocrats
about
and
this dude.
celebrities fucking
Do you know who
children
Aleister
and doing
Crowley
all
was,
this
though?
terrible stuff.
You
Did
know
you
how
hear me?
Crowley was?
Did you hear me?
Yes, because God doesn't
You interrupted
exist.
what I
There's
was
no
saying
heaven
to
and hell.
ask me
There's
about
no
if I knew
spirit.
who
There's
Aleister
no
Crowley was.
fucking
Did
none
you
of
hear
that.
me?
Yeah, I know he wrote a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I know he wrote a bunch of stuff. He's people. But,
NC.
dude, all right, just basically, he wrote the book of the law, did he not?
NC. Are you listening to me?
I don't care.
Lumos.
Are you listening to me? How can you follow somebody or take somebody seriously who wrote the book of the law when he's Aleister Crowley? How
Because
can you take
you
the book of
have
the law
to-
serious when he wrote it?
How do you think there are such evil fuckers in control of everything right now?
Because of Aleister Crowley.
Because the good let
Because of
that happen.
Aleister Crowley.
Yes. These foolish men back in the early 20s and stuff, early 21st,
Lumos.
20th century, they fucking let out all the goddamn secrets, all the secret knowledge, which was not passed down for good reason. And they just squandered it and like made it a fashionable thing. And he did that to make money. He just used the golden... Dude, he was a fucking scam artist. He just used everybody, tried to steal the blood of the Golden Dawn. He is a fucking son of a bitch. And everyone who knew him after a while fucking hated him. Called him out for what he was. Not a good dude. He opened up a
Can you
portal
cite that
and never
reference?
closed it. Like, he's not a good guy. He was a bad magician by all accounts. He was good at doing it, but he
are
was
you
an unethical magician.
Okay.
So fucking...
But he got a song written about him.
So you're saying Aleister Crowley personally
You
shit,
look
that's
it up,
what
dude.
haunts
They're
me,
like
they can't
people
get
in
my
the
brain off.
Golden Dawn like talk about it. But there's a lot of stuff on him. Like people who knew him long enough like fucking hated him because he would just use people. He's just a drug addict, orgiast. Like fucking, he was a fucking heathen, dude. Like
What does
by
that
all
have
accounts,
to do with
Does it
anything?
get any more cozy than
he was an
Hogsmeade?
asshole. Well, what I mean is he
Yeah,
was
so?
so. You want
What
to
are you
follow him, like
talking
read it,
about?
like be like, yeah, dude, this dude was on something. He was then. All right,
Did
look
I
at the
say
fruit it
that?
bears. Look at the fruit it bears. Look
Did
at the
I
fruit
say
of his
that?
teachings. Look at him. He believed that. He wrote that. Look at
You're
the fruit of
so.
his teachings.
Are you that obtuse that you think
You
that's
brought
what
up the
I
Book
just
of the Law
said?
and Aleister Crowley, so I thought like I know you knew and like Aleister Crowley and
Yeah,
stuff.
you make such amazing assumptions, and you do it while you're interrupting me, and I'm sitting here begging you, please, let me finish. You just interrupted me, let me finish. And you just go on and on and on. And it's just amazing, just mind-blowing, the sort of assumptions that you
Is
make.
it?
So Aleister Crowley personally opened up a portal, and he is why Barack Obama and every one of the other pedophile presidents and aristocrats are in power right now. And this is verbatim Michael McDaniels.
No, I didn't. Say, what are you talking about? Did I
No,
say
What are
anything
you
said
about
that-
talking
Barack
about?
Obama? What?
That's
That's
what I
not
was
what I
going
said
into.
at
That's what I was
all.
beginning to talk about all the corrupt leaders,
Okay, we'll talk about
the
what you're talking about.
aristocrats,
That's
the
not what I was talking
pedophiles.
about. Okay, go ahead.
No,
My
you
bad.
weren't talking about anything. You interrupted me to rant.
No, I've just said I wasn't talking about
Yes,
the
about how
portal
crappy
being
a
about
person
Barack
Crowley
Obama or the
was.
pedophiles. But that's not what I was talking about.
When you
What were you
interrupt
talking
me,
about?
it's like you're at a quiz show and you buzz in real quick before you've heard the end of the answer. Now all your
Instead of
bullshit
doing that, just pretend
is
like you do that
incorrect.
too, and just like instead of throwing out some kind of comeback, just like when I say, "All right, what were you talking about?" Just go ahead.
No, you need to learn your fucking lesson and stop doing that.
Last
God
Pot
damn,
calling
stop
kettle
hitting your
black.
fucking buzzer, man. If you actually want to have a conversation, stop interrupting so much.
Well, glass houses. But what did Aleister Crowley in the Book of the Law?
God, I love this.
I
Nice
just want
hard
you to
day
know,
at
like
work.
I just
This-
dismiss all that for those reasons. But I'm listening.
It's like McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Have you been drinking?
I was talking to no.
I'm talking to no.
But yeah, I'm just wary of Aleister Crowley for those reasons. So you brought him up. Sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah.
But like that's just how
Why
I feel
did I
about him.
bring him up?
You were talking
You
about
even remember?
him opening up a portal for Barack Obama or something.
Nah, he just wanted you to read some dumb shit that Crowley wrote.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, the Book of the Zen, that's a good book.
Yeah, I've read it.
Yeah,
I've
I
read
read that
the Hagakure, all those.
Have you read the I
The
Ching?
Art of War, yes, the I Ching, the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, most of the early
You read this,
Gospels, the Tibetan Book of the Dead. You see how you're being disrespectful?
And in all that time,
Man, I just
could have gotten a better
like
job.
to be funny sometimes, man.
No, you're Schrodinger's douchebag. That's why I posted that meme. It's just for you. You do
Oh,
disrespectful,
I thought it was
nasty
about
shit
me.
until
If you
you
go
get,
to the
until you
beginning,
get a
The
reaction
irony
from
is
somebody.
golden,
Then
dude.
it was
if
just
you,
a
If you
joke.
read the thread from the beginning, and just read it
I
all the way
thought that
through.
was totally about me.
Just take from that what you will.
Sad.
Just
I need to
just
try
be
harder.
nice and authentic.
You too, man.
I'm
I am
always,
being, dude. I
I'm
am. Dude,
always
this
authentic.
is me being authentic, dude. This is me being
How can you be authentic if
Okay,
you throw
then
yourself
listen.
away?
And stop interrupting and muttering
You
shit
too.
under your breath like, have I read this dick? That's you
That shit
being
was
authentic.
funny.
Yeah, and you're authentically an asshole. That is your authentic self. You're a piece of shit sometimes. Especially
you're
when
being
trying to
this
have
way,
a real
when you're being this
conversation
way,
that
it's
matters.
really hard not to do that. So I just embrace it.
Why? Why?
Because-
You're asking me to explain
Because
something,
you're
but
very
you won't give me the
condescending, Newman.
respect of being
That's
a teacher.
why. And you
No,
think
you're
everything
asking
is
Because
an
you
me
can't
attack
to
explain
against
explain
you
something.
when it's not an attack against
You
you.
even
I'm
You're
just
said you
asking
can't
you
explain it.
questions.
over and over. Yeah, you're asking questions, but you won't let me explain it. You don't give me the patience that a teacher deserves, let alone the respect. You don't give me the place to be able to teach you because your cup
You
is
haven't
already
earned it.
full. I can't even mention Aleister
Sometimes
Crowley.
when a teacher is explaining things, a student might ask questions because a
Yeah,
teacher brought up a
the
term
student
that they
should
don't
put
understand.
their fucking hand up,
But the
and then the
teacher
student
can't
has
get
to
butt
remain
hurt about
quiet.
it. The
No,
teacher just has to.
The student
take it
remains
for what it
quiet
is.
until called on, or else they're a little cunt who needs to get out of the classroom and let the other children learn
But
because
if
they're
the
being
teacher doesn't just
disrespectful
answer
and
the
disruptive.
question, then
No,
like
you don't
maybe
force
and
the
it's
teacher to answer the
condescending,
question.
Then maybe
You're
the
not in a
student
position to
gets
force a
smartass.
teacher to answer a question. You're being an asshole. You
How
can't
can you teach what
ask
the teacher
someone
doesn't
to explain
understand?
something and then become an asshole. You're not in a position. If you actually want to learn, you have to be respectful and allow me the place to explain it to
Newman,
you.
but when I ask you a question, you feel like you're attacked and stuff, and then you're an asshole to me. So then that brings out the asshole in me. You understand that? So the teacher has to just like negate his ego and like just take the question for what it is and be like,
that's
you,
why
maybe,
the kid
maybe
doesn't
he's not
get
attacking.
to
And then
interrupt
you have to
all
think,
the time.
maybe, but
That's
maybe
the
he's
whole
not
notion of
attacking
raise
me.
your fucking hand and shut your mouth, children. Listen and don't speak.
That's your problem.
No, you never learn.
That's
No,
your
you're
problem.
never
trying to
learn
get me
anything
to
like that.
explain something and you won't be
You
quiet.
need an ego death, man.
You need an ego.
You're so petty.
No one's children. No
You
one is children
cannot-
among us.
you don't
no one
have
is a
the
child
ability.
among us.
You don't have the ability to bow yourself and learn something. You're too arrogant.
I don't need to learn
If a
anything.
teacher
And I
is
asked you-
offended by me asking a question, he is no man to bow to.
You're not asking questions. You're interrupting and demanding your questions be answered immediately. You don't get to do that. I'm trying to explain something step by step. Your interruptions are disruptive.
You understand,
not
like,
being a good
the way you
listener,
explain
you're
stuff,
not
you bring
being a
up a
good
dozen
student.
terms. You bring up a dozen different terms. So that's why it feels
write
like
them
I'm attacking
down.
you.
So write them down, student.
I have to write down everything you say.
Or here's
and
an
study it?
idea,
No,
If you're
just, you know.
actually trying to learn, son, yeah, why don't you take some notes?
Son?
If this is fucking
Dude,
confusing
who do you
to
think you are, man?
you might want to take some fucking notes.
He's a lonely
Not
housewife
an
who
ego
wants
death.
attention.
Who cares about ego death? I already said if you can understand that, fine, it's good, whatever. That's not the important bit. Pearls to swine.
What is the important bit, or is it just more
No, it's
condescending
pearls to
insults?
swine.
It's just more condescending insults. It's just more. Doesn't make fucking sense, and you can't
don't
explain
ever
yourself.
fucking ask me any of this shit again. If I say the
Because he
mercury was
can't
there
explain it.
because it was part of the Vimana
If
technology,
you just want me to listen
just
to you
look that
and
up.
just nod
Just
and
look
not
that up,
understand,
Or
man.
if you
you just want
understand what
people
it
to
is,
nod
maybe
and not
explain it.
understand. That's
Your
all you
brother
want.
just told me he could listen to me explain this stuff for an hour. You couldn't. You have to interrupt. Why can't you just
Yeah,
let me
because he
explain
wants
it
to
you?
know.
Because I'm asking you questions.
Because you're not
dude.
explaining
You
it.
just
Your
want someone to
questions
listen to you
suck.
rant and not
Your questions
understand.
come
That's
from
your
a place
question.
of complete ignorance, like a child.
You
You don't know
want
anything
want
about
someone to just
hermeticism,
listen
mysticism,
and not
religion.
understand.
You don't
That's
even
fine.
know what the pearly
Yeah, because
gates
it's all
are.
bullshit.
My
You
God,
assume
man.
all these things. See, what you don't
I
understand
don't
is
know
you're
where to
assuming all these
begin, and you're
things.
no.
And you think you're so
either
much
playing
greater.
dumb. No, you're either playing dumb, or
No,
you're
I'm
being
not. That's like the
intentionally
thing
obtuse.
that you
Because
just
when I said
fucking-
Vimana, you should have looked up Vimana.
You
No.
you should be able to explain that shit, dude. I shouldn't.
Why?
If I look
Why?
that
It's a
up, I
fucking
can't listen to you.
Sanskrit ancient
Newman.
mystery, bitch. How
All
am
right,
I supposed to explain
let me
it to
talk
you?
calmly because you get
It
all
is a
worked up when
Sanskrit
I get
mystery.
How
passionate.
can you use a term
Alright,
you
look,
don't understand?
I'm supposed to
if
be
I
able
look
to
up
explain
Vermana
a
and
I
all
tell
that
that shit
shit,
to
if
my
I look
daughter all
that
the
up,
time.
then I can't listen to what you're saying, and you want me to pay attention. I have to pay attention to every word you're saying because it is new
No,
to me.
you could please. You could say,
Yeah,
"Hang on,
and
hang
C
on."
barely
this
pays
is-
attention
you
to a
could say, "Hang
conversation
on,
he's
This
enjoying.
is too much. I need to look this up. Give me a day to research Vimanas," and I'd be like, "Fucking excellent.
Why
Good
can't I
job."
just ask you to explain it?
Or-
If you understand it,
I
if you
don't have a
truly
silver
fucking
spoon.
understand it, then you can
No.
explain it.
I'm
You
tired
don't-
of this
you don't understand it
conversation.
then.
I don't have a silver spoon for you. There is no way to make you understand this, and it's not my fucking burden.
Maybe
So
'cause
all I
you
have
don't
to do
Your
is
cup
just
is
Google
already
it.
full. No, your
If
cup
all you
is
have to do
already
is Google
full.
something to truly understand it, then it's
Dude,
fucking
empty
retarded.
your cup so you can learn something.
Dude, if you can't explain it to me, but Google can, then it's fucking dumb.
You're
Then it's,
no,
it's not
you are
something
fucking
beyond.
dumb.
If you're saying Google can't
If
explain
you
it to me,
need, if
better
you
than
need
you.
I don't
Google
often
to
agree with
understand
NC,
what
but
I'm
God.
telling you, then you might be fucking dumb.
maybe
That's
if
the
Google
point.
can explain it better than you,
Or
Maybe.
maybe
Is that what
your
you're saying?
efforts
Go
would be
look it
better
up.
served bettering
but
yourself.
but you say you're using this as like, man. The thing is, dude, you got so mad. I was asking you questions because this is shit. Like I am a guy that I'm the people you're trying to get to listen to you, and they're
No,
gonna
I'm
ask
not.
these questions.
No, I'm not.
And like you get butthurt about them. Dude.
I don't
read
fucking
comments.
care.
Don't read
I don't
comments, dude, because there's
fucking
gonna be
care.
genuine people asking genuine questions.
What, like
and you're gonna
8'5"?
attack them, and then they're gonna stop following you.
You should see the kind of shit that 8'5" posted on my videos. Nasty stuff that he still hasn't removed. I don't care. And I'm not going to treat him any differently.
Well, just learn how to talk to those people. Learn
Why
how to
treat them at all?
express yourself
8'5's a
to
piece of
them
shit.
instead of attacking them.
Michael
taking it
McDaniels, you are
personally.
coming from a place of ignorance. You are
That's your-
detracting everything I'm trying to talk about because you don't know what you don't know, what you don't know, what you don't know about.
I agree. That's why I'm asking you questions.
And you can't
But
explain
you
any
get
of it.
You won't
mad
let
about
me finish. No, you won't let me finish the overall structure of the idea because I have to constantly get diverted into arguing with you about minimum and maximum criterial definitions for things.
You get
it's
mad
fucking
because
annoying.
I asked you a question
It's
because you
diverting.
use a term. That's not true. I asked you a question about a term you're using, and then you get butthurt. It's not me picking apart your shit. It's me literally asking you, what does ego death mean? That kind of shit. It's not
No,
me
because you
being like,
no,
no,
because
you're
you
lying.
you know
Apparently
what the fuck it
science is
means.
bad.
You just want to know what I think it means.
Yeah,
It's this
'cause you're
fucking gotcha
explaining it.
game.
What?
It's this gotcha game with you. You
Because
know what the
I
fuck
wanna
ego
make sure
death
we're on the same
means?
page.
Let me.
It's not.
It's like
It's
let me
not.
say ego.
It's
Let me
not.
say ego death and
Newman?
move on with the goddamn conversation. But you can't do that, can you? Because it's a
All right,
gotcha
listen for
game
one
with
sec.
you.
Listen for 1 second though.
How is he
Because-
supposed to let you move
because
on if he
I'm not
doesn't understand
sure-
what you're talking about?
I'm not sure if I know what ego death is. Like that's what I'm saying. Like my understanding of what ego death is, like people have different terms for people use ego death very loosely.
If I'm
okay,
using
listen, no.
specific
People use ego
terms.
death very loosely, so that's why I asked you that. It wasn't because I was like being condescending and wanted to get you, dude. It's like for
but
real.
the
Like
point is, you
empty
you
that
don't
from your
see
mind.
what you're doing.
The
you
best
don't
way
see
you can
what you're
operate
doing.
in life is to get rid of that assumption in all things and all people that you encounter, even if that is what they're doing. If you can act in a
Just
way.
give you the benefit of the doubt when you have this
No, I'm telling you though,
unconscious
in this
weaponized
experience-
behavior all the time.
In this circumstance, Newman, you're wrong, and I'm telling you, you're probably wrong a lot then, because I'm telling you like that's not what I'm doing, and you still don't believe me.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you like this is how you should operate because this is what's happening now, and you're probably doing it in life other times. I am not trying to gotcha. I'm not trying to troll you.
You never let me finish the original structure of what I was trying to say. Every little thing we've been diverted on, you should have said, okay, hang on, I need to go home and research this. You
know,
think
one
I
thing I could've
learned all
done-
this shit overnight?
You know
You
what,
think
you-
this is something like this, like
No,
that this was given to me on a silver platter? That somebody
No.
explained it all to me
I
in
don't
one
know.
little sitting?
I don't know.
Does that mean you
I'm not
can't do
making
it for
any
somebody
assumptions.
else?
Anyways, the one thing I could
20
have done
fucking
differently.
years I've been considering
The-
all this.
The one thing I could have done
Oh,
differently.
congratulations
was-
on wasting 20 years of your life.
The one thing I could have done differently is to just write down these terms that you were saying that I was not familiar with and waited till the end. But then guess what? You would have had to re-explain everything all over again and had to re-explain every little point all over again.
I don't mind. doing
Otherwise,
that.
like, dude, like you're just getting
Apparently you
defensive.
do.
I don't mind explaining most of it. But when it's like, okay, stop. What's Mercury? And I know you're going to say, I didn't ask that. That's a dumb question. The point is, every question that you asked was a dumb question from anybody that knows anything about mysticism.
No one else here understood anything you're saying except you.
I mean,
so you know,
I think the only thing I understood was the pearly gate thing.
Everybody
What's
else
ego death?
I'm pretty sure I understood that.
No, you're retarded, Reggie.
Christopher McDaniels, what's ego death? What's the pearly gates to heaven?
I thought you said like bloody gates or something. Like, I didn't get the pearly gates. I didn't really realize you were referring to Christianity. You think that was a troll, but it wasn't,
by
dude.
the blood
You're
of
like
the
all
lamb.
hooked up on
the
like
pearly
me
gates
constantly trying to troll you when I'm not. Like that's
because
what I've been
if
trying to
you
tell you
had
for so long.
stopped and
We've had
listened,
beef because you perceive me as like trying to get you and trying to troll you when I'm fucking not, and then you think like I'm against you. It's fucking annoying. It created all this fucking beef and tension for no fucking reason.
You're saying you
I think it's the
understand
tone
what
of your
pearly
voice,
gates
Sensei,
are
'cause
now?
it
Then
just
what the fuck were
kinda
you talking
always
about?
comes
And why
off.
did you divert me so hard? This is what's frustrating.
The tone of your
I
voice
know
always
you
comes
know what
off
the pearly
as...
gates are. You're being intentionally obstinate to fuck with me.
Nope.
You know what ego death is, but you have to stop me in mid-sentence and ask me, what do you think ego death is? It doesn't matter. We both know what I'm talking about.
No, don't.
Are you sure?
Then you're an idiot. And
Really?
you're not
Because
worth having these
people use
conversations
ego
with.
death in different ways. Maybe you're an idiot because you don't
He's
understand
an
that.
idiot.
If I was
Yeah.
speaking so specific that it was a different kind of ego death than most people are aware of, I would have made that
Did you
known
talk
to
about
you.
shit that is way out there? So maybe you meant something different. And
God,
like I
do
was
you know what a
assuming,
mushroom is?
I was, you were talking
Like,
about, I got this
what's
filled
the
cup.
extent
I
of
was
your
assuming
knowledge?
I don't know everything.
Do you know
Newman,
what
I
a
was
podium
assuming,
is? A
I was
bullpit?
assuming I don't know everything, Newman.
A bullpit? Yeah, for baseball? I totally know what that
At this
is.
point, I don't know what the fuck you know. Do you know
I
what a
don't-
cubit is? You ever heard of a cubit?
I heard of a
You
Q-bird.
ever heard of heaven
Anyways.
being described as about the side of a mustard seed? Have you
You know
ever
the way
heard
you
of
get
that?
mad.
I don't
you
know
get-
what your
you
frame of
accuse-
reference is.
You
The
I
point
want
is,
you
I've
to
been
think all
sitting
these
here.
things,
I've been sitting here trying to
then you-
explain
you are
things
those
with an
things.
argumentative child.
You,
That's
you
what
are
this
those
is.
things you get mad at me about.
Pot calling the kettle black on that one.
God, I throw the
Was
secrets.
not being
I
wasn't
throw
being
the secrets
condescending.
in your fucking lap.
secrets.
And what do you? Yes,
Secrets.
yes.
The
Dennis
se- the
McKenna.
secret-
Dennis
the secret-
McKenna is
He's
about
got
to
the
drop.
secrets of the
No, Dennis
universe.
McKenna is about to drop a video series on Netflix.
Yeah,
and
so
he
is
has
Stephen
an
Greer.
interview
Stephen
with
Greer's
Danny.
about to bring a baby.
He
alien
has
up.
he has a video interview with my brother. You love your brother?
What'd
I
you
love
do?
my brother too. He's important to me.
I didn't say anything.
Fucking Dennis
contrary.
McKenna has an interview
Dude, you're
with
trying
my
to like
brother.
come out like
I
I'm
have
trying
no
to
idea
say
who that
Listen,
is.
your brother.
Or
This
do I
is what
care?
you do every time.
Dude.
Listen to me. Dennis
But
McKenna is.
you have to stop
you
getting
don't
emotional.
stop, do you? Listen. Dennis McKenna has an interview with my brother that's about to come out on a Netflix
Cool.
series where he says, "I hope you're ready to be famous. You just solved the secret of alchemy."
Which is
What I've been trying to fucking explain to you right now. You're
You have
gonna
no
need to do
okay.
some
Well, I'm
research
not going to
into
be able
this.
to understand it. Maybe he'll like
No,
won't get mad
no,
at me.
you
Maybe we'll
won't.
just explain
Just
it
like
without-
Neo couldn't have understood the fucking Matrix right then and there, in one
Dude,
sitting.
it's not.
Oh, it's not. That.
I am dude.
Well,
Just so
he-
you know,
he
I'm
could've.
open. I'm very open.
I think he could have.
to understanding it. So like, it's just a cop out to say that if you come at people like that, Newman, like, it makes you look weak.
What?
You're just
Fuck
attacking
that.
them and calling them stupid.
Fuck that.
You're just
I am
saying
not
your
gonna have
brain is
somebody.
too small.
No, what? That's the
Your
fucking
brain is
wrath
small.
of God. No,
That's
I'm
why
not gonna
you
have
can't do it.
pearls to swine. You disrespectful asshole.
See, that
No,
is
you
an
don't have.
elitist-
You don't get
that
to
is
just
an
fucking.
elitist
You don't just get to
point of view.
wrench the secrets of the universe out of me because you think your fucking ego deserves it.
You're being an elitist.
You know, whatever,
Talking about
man.
pearls to swine.
Whatever.
Like we're like.
You're gonna
peasants.
sit here and argue about the mind of God with somebody who's been there. Fuck you, man. Do you have
Somebody
any
who's
idea?
been there.
You pretend like
kidding
you're the
me?
only one, though. You think
I'm
you're
not.
the
Oh
only
my
one.
God.
I'm sitting here trying
Okay,
to
then
explain
who are
how
you?
anybody can have the experience.
Maybe the
Yes, wreck your
experience
brain on
comes-
drugs, kid. This is
maybe
what
the
happens.
experience comes in different ways. Wait. Me just asking you what ego death was, dude, was not that big of a deal.
What's ego death to you?
I answered
I
you,
don't
and I
care.
told you I would not
I don't
be offended.
care.
I know, but just let
I
me
don't
tell you,
wanna
this
hear
is how
it.
you answer that
It's
question, and
rhetorical.
you don't attack people for it, and you don't
It's
insult them
rhetorical.
for it. You just answer the question, and you just like, okay, cool. You want to know what I think? Instead of like attacking them and accusing them of being a troll.
I don't have any egotistical need to explain this
Oh
any further.
shit!
You
I
just
don't need to
asked me
pat
to explain
myself on the
something, and I
back.
was just telling you this is how you do it, dude. Instead of like, you asked me, do you see how like I didn't get mad and like accuse you of all this stupid shit? You're just asking me, and I think it's
I'm
genuine.
tired
like,
of being trolled.
I don't mind.
I can hear
You're not
Reggie
being
snickering
trolled,
through your. No, man, whatever.
Dude,
half the
it is
half
so
the things
crazy,
that you were
I had to
saying,
laugh. This is
half
so-
the things that you were saying in our conversation, he was screaming them, and you were repeating some of the things he was saying.
What
He has not once repeated anything I said.
are you talking? Newman, dude.
The only thing he
God,
did
dude,
was
you
say,
think
"I'm loving
dude,
it."
Like you got it
And
in
I
your
said,
head, like
"I
I'm
did the
fucking
McDonald's
against you,
theme."
dude. And like the only I build a healthy wall between us because like you think I'm always against you. I can't engage you because like anytime like, I do try to engage you on an intellectual level, you get defensive, you get mad. You
It's
think I'm
never in
attacking
good
you.
faith.
You think I'm being
It's
a troll.
never in good faith. It never has been.
That's
you are
in your
trolling
head,
me.
motherfucker. You
It has
understand
never
that?
been in
Everything
good faith.
else.
And you need to understand that's how you make me feel. That it's never in good faith.
You make yourself feel that way, dude. Because I am in
Fine,
good
that's
faith,
fine.
dude. That's all in your fucking head, dude.
No, that's not fine.
Dude, fine.
That's reality, is it not? Is not like 80% of our reality not made up upon our perception and our what we our intentions? I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to give people my best side. It's like our intention and our perception is like 80% of it. Like I'm not against you, motherfucker. God damn it.
I know a Merlin
I
trial when I see
enjoy these
one.
kind of conversations. I have questions. I'm not being condescending.
Yes, but you see,
I
he
might
doesn't
have
want to
understanding
explain it. He just wants you to believe it.
I might ask you a question which I have an understanding of that thing I'm asking you about, but I want to know what your understanding of it is. Not because I'm trolling you.
My
Because
understanding
maybe we
comes
have
from the
different
ancient
perspectives,
texts.
dude.
I was trying to explain to you from the ancient texts is where I get my
let's drop all the bullshit and just explain it to me, man.
from
Because
the
I really want to have this
Upanishads, the
conversation.
Tibetan Book of the Dead, and while I'm listing these books, still trying to have a conversation with you, you're like, did you read this, dick?
'Cause
It's
you're being-
impossible, man.
All right, try not being condescending. And
How
like,
is
I
it?
promise-
How is it condescending listing the books where
You
I
insult my
found the
intelligence
references?
constantly, dude. Anytime I ask a question, your first go-to is to insult my intelligence and accuse me of trolling.
Then
That's why I'm
stop
doing it.
demanding
So
I
let's reset.
explain
Let's
everything.
reset.
You
Let's
have to
reset.
stop demanding I explain every little thing. To
I'm
you.
Yeah,
not
shut up and
demanding.
believe.
You're explaining.
Shut up
something,
and
I'm
believe,
asking you a
NC.
question about the thing you're explaining. Newman, your whole thing, your whole view of what's happening. How are you going to have a fucking debate with anybody?
I'm not gonna have a debate about God with somebody.
How are you going to have an interview with anybody who's going to ask you a fucking question to explain
I'm the
something?
interviewer. I'm not the person who gets asked questions.
Why don't you have a little
Okay, good.
peruse?
Well, then don't try to talk to people about your things if you don't want them to ask
There
you
we
questions.
are then. That'll do nicely, I'm sure.
Like, do you not
More than
like
happy to
to
purchase
like,
that.
share your
Good to have
thoughts
stock, I
and
always say.
your knowledge with people?
Fucking
Like,
painful. It's painful every time it's been.
I think it's painful
because
for
there's
you.
because there's an air of
make
disbelief
it
and
painful.
disrespect.
it's not.
Reggie
though, dude.
started
That's
it
perceived.
Appreciate
immediately.
you stopping by.
Yeah,
Be sure to
Reggie.
visit me
Fucking leave Reggie with Reggie, dude. Leave Reggie with Reggie. I'm not fucking Reggie. Like,
Then why didn't you
That's what I'm
speak up
saying.
and demand that he shut the fuck up and allow us to have this conversation?
you muted
Because I'm
him.
not going to.
No, you were snickering with him, and we're still continuing to snicker at the things he was saying.
It's
Dude, I was most
That's
of the part,
right,
most
and
of the time,
I am
was,
very
I
funny,
was
thank you.
ignoring him. One
It's
time
like
he said,
it's like this is why I think it's not in good faith. It seems as though you pretend to be interested in order to troll me. oh, hashtag
Nope.
I'm very smart,
Nope.
and Michael Newman is just a fucking. I'm tired of that, man.
Dude,
I
I'm not.
thought you
Though.
genuinely
A
were
burnout?
interested.
I'm
Eh.
not though. Dude, I understand why you might feel like that, but that's not me. That's not what I'm doing. Like, I'm telling you, you're being
Thank you again
paranoid.
for delivering those
Maybe.
potions.
You
Nice
are.
to see you again.
It's
Likewise.
like
What can I
I
help you
find
with
myself
today?
like everyone gets so paranoid. You know,
What do you have for
it's
sale?
just self-consciousness. Everyone gets self-consciousness
What are
about
we
something,
looking for
and then
today?
you just spotlight effect, especially when you're speaking, and then every little thing you're thinking that could be
Thank you
criticized
for
about
stopping in.
yourself.
Gonna
I
be
appreciate
alright.
it.
You're thinking, and then someone asks a question, and then you project all those, you know, things people might like attack you about onto like, well, is that what he's trying to say through that question? That's
It
what
always comes down to, oh well, you're crazy.
No,
That's
I'm not
why I
saying you're
don't like
crazy.
talking.
I'm not saying
I
you're
didn't
crazy.
say you
Nope.
did.
Nope.
That's I know.
That's okay.
I didn't say
well,
you
it's not
did.
like that, dude. It's
I
just,
said for
don't-
20 years, this is what it always comes down to, is that nobody can really believe what I'm saying. It was a drug, it was a trip, it was just this or that, and whatever, you know? And the only way it's ever been even partially legitimized is Danny putting his four books out with references to this kind of stuff. Thank God.
That matters not. That matters not.
That
to me.
matters a
And
lot
then-
to me because my brother doesn't think I'm crazy.
Well, I don't think, dude. I never
That
said
matters
you're
so
crazy.
fucking much to me because I've dealt with that enough.
Yeah, I
And
think.
yeah,
I
I
think
do
that,
get very defensive because I'm
Yeah,
just
because
sick
like
of the
people
ridicule.
have said you're crazy and shit, right?
I've been
You have
ostracized
that
for
on
20
you.
years. I'm ridiculed constantly for
Yeah.
trying to bring this stuff up.
They're gonna project
and
that
it's
on
like
people
I
when they ask
don't.
you questions, because people have asked you questions in that kind of way, being condescending, being trolling. I get that. Me, not doing that. I'm very open. I'm very woo-woo. Okay? So yeah, sure, you're gonna project that onto like the same questions you were asked by assholes. I'm asking you,
Did you just
but I
go,
mean
I'm
it in a
very
real
woo
way.
woo?
Yeah, dude, I do like. I like the
Okay.
spiritual shit. I like all that
The
kind
way
of stuff.
that's the way you phrased
I
it.
wish I could take
Very
drugs and
woo.
have fun with them. I don't
Woo,
like
woo, woo.
being this fucking weirdly wired individual where
Embrace
everything
who you are,
affects me. No, you don't understand. You don't have any idea.
dude. Find the uniqueness of you and embrace that. And you can apply that in any kind of field, in any job, any kind of field. You can apply your uniqueness in a healthy way. Like, you're the
not
difficulty
exactly-
is learning how to apply that in that way, though. But Robert Greene
I'll tell you something.
has
There are other
a lot of
worlds
good
than these.
stuff about that.
Yeah,
man.
they're called Pluto
It's
and
not
Neptune,
exactly
Saturn.
suicidal ideation. It's just a way out.
Don't.
You think
that's
I'm
not a
scared
way
of
out.
death?
It's not a
Do you think
reset.
I'm scared of death, Michael?
I'm not scared of
McDaniels?
death.
Yes.
No. I don't think you're necessarily afraid. I think, yeah. I don't know that about you. I think everyone should have a healthy fear of death, but I think I think everybody's been in enough pain, right? But like, it's like you wouldn't want to put your family through that. It is the most selfish act you can ever make, and it is and not only selfish act against your family, but
I don't need
against
reasons not
against
to
the
do it.
universe.
I don't need a pep talk.
The universe. To
That's
waste
what I said.
also
It's
waste
not
cowardly.
a
this
suicidal
life,
ideation. I just
but to
know
waste this life.
that I'm not
Yeah,
afraid
me
of death,
too.
and that
Me
there
too.
is a way out.
I don't want to die. I want to live as long as I can. But dude, I've had so
Why?
many dreams of death. Like I know, when I go, I will say a prayer. I will call to Christ. I'll call to the universe. I will call to God. And that's what always
Nobody will
happens.
answer.
That's what always happens. And then I go, no, I feel myself go, and then I wake up. So I imagine that's what I will do. But there will be like a big part of it. Oh fuck, oh fuck, I'm dying. Depending on how it happens. If it's all of a sudden, there's a car like, oh shit, I'm dead, I'm dying. Oh fuck, oh well. But if you
What
die at old
happens-
age, at least you have enough time to,
Test
say
yourself
goodbyes.
on a free
It's a
fall.
blessing.
Test yourself on a free fall if you're ready. If a free fall is
Dude, that's
scary, it makes your heart. No, I'm serious. If a free fall is scary, it makes your heart jump up to your throat. You know, then you're afraid of death. But if it's like you're
I'm afraid of
finally
falling.
free,
I'm afraid
if
of
it's like
pain.
if you're finally free,
Dude, I really do feel, like I've been third person, like when I passed out, whenever I passed out, whenever I was had that bad trip. It was after I had the bad trip part, but like I was third person. At the like I've been unconscious 2 times that time, and then one time I had a what do you call it when they have the waking nightmare or whatever when you can't move, sleep paralysis. I had fucking sleep paralysis demon where I was third person.
this is a good
I had that
portion
trip
of my
where I was third
childhood.
person, and then I had a grandma seizure where I was third person, and that's like you're outside yourself, man. Like I saw it for what it was, you know. And but it could be from memory, but there's a part of me that's like, more to consciousness than just this body. That's what I've come to believe. And I could be wrong, but I believe that, and it suits me.
The people that are in charge, they've all had this experience. Believe that. I need to be able to shake their hand and look them in the eye to know for sure. I haven't met many. One person, Matt Kincaid's older brother,
Settled.
he walked in the room and I told Danny, I said, he looks like a god to me. He's a god. And it was just obvious. Like you can see when someone's been over the edge of human experience. I think all of these people have been through that, but they're not good people. We were like, well, you couldn't become God and have guilt. You couldn't be a guilty, evil son of a bitch. It's not exactly true. Somehow they're able to get there.
Demons.
I
What
don't
people
know.
have called demons. Whatever they are. There's an ancient war, man.
I'm
So
I'm
it always
pretty
looks
sure
like.
they're gonna be after my brother at some point to join these little. He's already high-ranking Mason, Rosicrucian, all this other stuff. But once they
Aren't
invite him,
Rosicrucians Christian Catholic? They're Catholic.
he's Scottish Rite, Rosicrucian. He's all of them.
Okay.
He's all of them.
They're all right.
So
Yeah.
at some point they're gonna invite him to a fucking sex party with dark magic shit.
Well, if he ever wants to fucking let the cat out of the bag, I'd fucking make.
I'm so afraid.
I
Of
wouldn't
what's
release
happened.
any Masonic
I don't know what would happen
secrets,
to my brother.
but
Absolutely.
I wouldn't
I should
release any
investigate.
Masonic secrets, but I would anything these elite pedophiles are up to, I'd blast. I'd blast it online.
And what if they really can clone him?
They clone people. They got connections in China, man. Why do you think we're all buddy-buddy with China? Because guess what? In China, we got to do. Guess what all the elites and everybody got to do? They got to fund all that cloning shit so they can live forever. That's what they're trying to do. Like, what would you do if money was no object, if you could buy anything you wanted? What would be the next step? If you are truly a narcissistic, sociopath, which most billionaires and successful businessmen are. Well, you might fuck these people. Guinea pigs. Let's figure out how to clone and grow organs. What's happening? It's gotta be happening, dude. On some level. It's happening. Is that the what do you call it? The Philosopher's Stone?
It's what?
Like living
EMT.
forever? You're gonna clone people? But like, if you want to like live in your
Immortality.
physical, wouldn't it be easier just to live in your physical body? Wouldn't you be there?
It's always a body of light. This is an illusion. It's all an illusion.
No, but if you want to.
It's
So you're
always a
saying
body of light.
can they come back consciously as with all their memories? Is that what happens?
I don't
Like
think
the
they
pharaohs?
have. I don't think they have a Dantean that's full, and I don't think they can make it to Christ consciousness. But having
Dante.
had, having had the okay.
No,
Don't
go
ask
ahead.
him to
Having had,
explain it.
I just said that.
Yeah, I
Get all
know.
pissy.
I'm taking mental note. Dantean, go ahead.
The Dantean is a battery-like interdimensional ocean of energy in your solar plexus. It's right below your belly button. And when you practice Nikung, you can move it around. If you do it too early,
Maybe
it
you
can
should
fuck
practice
you up.
making a resume.
But yeah, I've had Sitlali put her hand down there, and I move the ball of energy around. You can make an X with it. So eventually you stretch it into any four direction, and it can go into one limb. And this is very early on in Nikung. And I used to use this for breaking and other martial arts. It's like you take the energy out of your Dantian, bring it up into your shoulder and back down into your hand. You're holding the energy that's usually in your gut. You're holding it. This is how, if you're strong enough, if your Dantian is strong enough, this is how you'd be able to chop a tree down and scoop out the wood to make a canoe on the spot with one hand, you know? This ancient shit. This is Nikung warrior magic. But all the stuff that he talks about doing are all observed effects of the Hutchison effect.
And back to where I joined the party.
And in the mind of God,
I said, what happened from there?
it's... Oh, what?
And you said, and that's where the Hutchison effect comes in. Go ahead, whatever you're gonna say. I was muted, so it was like really delayed.
all of the descriptions of ancient Nikung. Nikung means the inner work. You're creating a black hole and a sun, and they rotate around each other, and these celestial forces do something. I haven't exactly understood that part yet, but that's like level 3 or 4.
What if you could pinpoint your star? Because that's one thing I believe. I believe. Well, I don't believe. I don't. You know, I think it's interesting to believe that we are all stars.
But it's not a belief.
Yeah. And we are all orbiting each other, and I think like we're in I think sentient species. You know, they have those star clusters. They call them like star nurseries, because it's where they're born, essentially, out of these certain.
Yeah, the Orion's Nebula Stellar Nursery.
Yeah. And you know, one interesting thing about Mormons is that they do believe that if you ascend, then you become a god on a planet. And the thing is, they believe they don't talk about this. They believe they are the star. That's like a thing they don't really talk about, but it's similar to other beliefs. They believe they believe like the Father takes his family and they are the star, and essentially celestial bodies in the solar system of that, you know, and the Father is the star, and the Mother is the moon of the sentient planet. I made that last part up, but
I should have turned around, but I didn't turn around when I was out there. I went to a different. Yeah, I should have. I went to a different planet. It's long story.
Crazy.
I just took a look around.
I love trip stories, dude.
These
I've never gone
this
to
wasn't
another place.
a trip though.
I know. For
most
whatever
trip
it
stories,
was.
people say, you know, I had a blindfold on and I went down this tunnel of kaleidoscope
Dude, I've
eyes
heard
that was a
all kinds of
hyperspace
trip
tunnel
stories.
to another blah blah blah, and it's like
there's trip stories where people come and like teach them knowledge and stuff. Like that beings come to them while they're on DMT and tripping.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, like, that's all I mean.
Yeah.
I don't mean it like in a way it's like this way or that way. I just mean like, you know, you were on some kind of drugs, were you not?
The trees talk to me. I had a fever. I took a little cough syrup, but not a full dose like I was going to be robo tripping. So no, I wasn't on anything, not really. It was just a fever.
It's not on anything.
Like people like have like they go to they like it's people. There's a sci-fi. Okay, so there's a sci-fi story about this dude who you're on Call of Duty. That
I'm just gonna play some shipment.
That
a couple rounds of that. Steven, it's 5 in the morning. Where I'm at.
Damn it. I don't go to Twitch.
Like, by all accounts, I really should just go to bed, but I can't tear myself away from this.
That's why I like talking about this stuff. Man.
So Danny's using research, complex understanding of language and metaphors, and I'm using pattern recognition, personal experience, and like physics and metaphysics knowledge to try and pull a picture together of what the fuck is happening whenever a human being travels the stars.
Steven's brain melted.
Steven couldn't handle it. I told him I'm not playing DMC.
Yeah, I just... That's the whole pearls to swine thing.
You know, but as a teacher, I mean this in no like kind of like, oh, fuck you.
I'm not a teacher.
Okay.
I'm not a guru.
I mean this, and all right. I mean this. If you talk about this stuff, I'm not saying you're a guru or anything. I just mean as someone who's going to, as a conversationalist.
As somebody who's going to discuss it and talk about it as fact.
As a conversationalist. I forget my point, but it's just like, you know, Fuck, what was he gonna ask? But yeah, I mean, it's just
Team deathmatch.
what is?
You're saying I'm pretty sure you were trying to say he needs to be more level-headed about this shit.
Stance that I don't believe what you're saying, and you're gonna have to prove it. I would not even have that conversation. You know, I wouldn't even.
And
That
that
is
is fucking
not-
have a conversation. Period.
People aren't, but it's so. All right, dude. Just like look at it like this. If you're like, if I'm like, yo, I know about tomato plants, and you're like, oh, you asked me a question about tomato plants. It's like,
Tomato plants are real.
yeah, I know, but like,
So none of the
some
things you're
stuff,
talking about are
though,
real,
like,
apparently?
like there's real ideas. Ideas are real, right? Just look at just look at it for analogy as it is, right?
Maybe
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
it depends.
yeah, some
Yeah,
people
they
are
can't.
assholes, but really though, like when people are trolling, I swear to God, dude, if you could take the same energy as if you thought they were real, if
But
they
see,
weren't,
that's-
like you
that's
can,
the thing,
you
it's
can like
like-
shut them down, and you can just like answer their questions for real, and then they just like, you know?
When people, and I've had this before, it's like, well, you know, you've really had this experience. Why are you getting flustered? It's like I am securely back in human, and Michael doesn't like this fucking conversation. It's like, God damn it. It's
But
tough
Michael
to
is
over
more.
himself.
But Michael
thought-
is more than.
I thought Michael doesn't exist anymore.
Michael is more than just his emotion. Yeah, it's like you are this universal being. Act like it. Embody it. Let this not shake me out. I am an emotion.
It's not as.
And like, dude,
I will admit,
I am emotion. Us.
Regulating my emotions. Post-concussion syndrome, but I feel
being
like
who
You were
I
never
am,
good
I
before
was-
the concussion.
I was born like this. Yeah, me and you. Are like that. And like, dude, my uncle, a very successful professional guy, the most emotional man ever. It's very, but the thing is to be in touch with your emotions in a way really conscious of the way you are in emotions, and then deny them when you need to, and then embrace them when you need to, because they can be a great strength. But you can't let the thing that can be a great strength for you, like your emotions, can also be a great harm. Can hold you back in a lot of ways. So you just gotta use it in a way to deny it when it does. That's what I tried to do. And fail at.
Push them back.
Yeah.
It's online.
Others.
Enemy UAV overhead.
But like, one thing, strong emotions, it can give you really great insight,
Enemy UAV
and
active.
that's like the great thing about it. You know, we see things that others can't. If I pick up Dragon's Breath, do I own it?
No. Well, no. You would only own the gun if it were DMZ. But not the ammo.
Does anybody have it?
Oh, there's a bunch of people on this map that have it.
No, I picked it up, but does anybody want to?
I mean, Oh, you mean the broadside with Dragon's Breath?
Yeah. How do you get the
I could probably make one. I've maxed out my broadside. Dude,
I'm just picking up broadside. I have a broadside. I'm just like,
There's 4 or 5 people running around with Dragon's Breath broadside and turtle. Oh, there's... Oh, God!
oh, he's across the way. He's straight across.
Like all I just hear is pop, 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 pop.
I'm just picking up dragon spread.
Oh shit!
But here they come, here they come. Come on, come on. Damn, 25 rounds?
Yeah, 25 round mag.
Jesus Christ. Oh,
That's the extended mag.
we do RPG. Damn, I want to pick it up. Can I find it? Yep, I picked it up.
Oh, it's somewhere.
Oh my God. I picked it up off my own body. Oh God.
Are you trying to say you no longer exist?
Oh God. Oh God, no.
UAV online.
First time I was on. Looked up into the sky. All the stars coalesced together into a square, like the Anima album. You know what I'm talking about, Tool?
The Anima
Square.
Oh, which
Circle.
one was that?
Squares make a circle.
Not with the eyes. It's like it's a glowing square of white and black
Mission
abyss.
failed. Return to base.
The square with the black and white abyss. I don't remember that one. I remember Alex Gray's artwork though. One of my friends used to. He had like a whole app.
Killed with take it.
Anyways,
that's
what about it?
That's the first time I saw the astral window. The stars made it. I had my eyes totally open.
Do you know Alex Gray's photo of the it's like the Da Vinci human, but he's eyes. He's like eyes and flames.
He's got a
And
lot
he's
more
in a
now.
he's in a
been
three-dimensional
releasing shit.
But you know what?
There's stuff on Twitter. Well, I don't know because there's stuff.
This
he's
is
been bringing
like
out of
back
the
in Tool
woodwork.
days. This was in 2004, 2003.
I probably saw it. Yeah.
This is all. So it's like a human, like in like this, like raised arms, like superhero form, like floating with arms, like making a U, kind of, or up to his side, essentially. And his body is made out of like eyes and flames, and then like the background is like that weird three-dimensional, made up of the same shapes, and that's what when I meditate, sometimes that's what I picture. And I literally feel like I'm like when I look at the stars at night, like when I look really hard, I feel like I'm going to just be. It's just vertigo.
You want to try it? Cover
But
your
it
eyes.
feels like I'm being
quick.
lifted off, dude. I feel
Cover
if
your
I would
eyes real
not stop
quick.
looking, I feel like when they talk about DMT, like you're jetted off into space. I feel
I
like
can find
that's
the
what's
three
going to
machines.
happen. That's just gonna happen if I don't stop looking. And I was never like that before I had my seizure.
Capture and
And
secure
vertigo,
They
and
tell
my
you how to
vertigo,
see a three
my
machine.
vertigo got really fucked up after my seizure. So it could be that. Like my vertigo is fine, like my equilibrium and everything's fine, except when I'm doing that. When I look up, straight up.
Enemy is securing
When I look straight up into like the sky where there's no horizon.
We are losing Bravo. We are losing Alpha. Enemy is taking Bravo. Securing objective Charlie. Requesting recon flyover.
Three
Enemy
machines.
securing Bravo. On your
Try. Fantastic.
Let's meditate before I sleep. I love that.
We are losing Bravo.
I have dreams where I know I'm dreaming, and then I can fly.
Securing Charlie.
Once I know I'm dreaming, I'm flying, bitch. I'm up in the air.
Seal.
And when I was, true story, when I was,
Hostile UAV in the
hit
sector.
puberty, I would have astral
We are
dreams.
taking Charlie.
And I would just fuck chicks. My dreams.
Securing objective
And I was like
Bravo.
very,
We
I
are
was
taking
very
Alpha.
lucid.
Hostile precision airstrike. Get to enemy is securing Charlie.
Oh, that's not good.
control the old news.
Now I was talking about the
I
hostile
know.
airstrike.
I know you guys. That's good.
It wasn't good for the women. Oh,
Shit, they were. I liked it. It was good enough. It's good enough. Man.
that's the
I
standard
was gone before
nowadays.
they could
It's
make
good
it
enough.
Securing objective
Oh
Bravo.
man. Yeah, dude, it was wild. I remember not so long ago where I was
Securing Charlie.
like I was like in a nice downtown. And like I was just walking down this downtown alley. I was like, oh, I'm dreaming. And I was like, am I dreaming? And I was like, I'm dreaming. And I fly. And then I tried to fly. And like, usually, like, most of the time when it's like that, when I'm like, I'm dreaming, it's like all I can do is like kind of hover.
Securing objective Charlie.
And I kind of just like hover, like,
Secure Bravo. We are
maybe go up
taking
100 feet off the ground max.
Securing
I just-
objective Bravo.
I'm able to float around, fly around like that until
Objective Charlie.
I eventually get too excited because I know I'm dreaming, right? And then I wake up because of that.
Secure Bravo.
So, you really think that whatever goes on in the brain, whatever chemical that is, I want to take a pill of that before I go to bed. I can just like fucking lucid dream everything.
Securing Charlie.
Get chased by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It'd be possible, like that. Like it happens. It happens in your dreams. It could be replicated
Securing objective
if we
Bravo.
understood. The brain's the most mysterious thing we understand the least.
Our UAV is orbiting the area.
So it will be.
Waypoint activated.
Switching mags!
We are taking Bravo.
Who was blocking me? Oh, god damn it.
Copy. UAV orbiting the AO. Recon is online. The enemy holds 2 objectives. Get them secure.
What happens to some Call of Duty folk?
Enemy securing Charlie. Securing objective Alpha.
But yeah, as sad as it is, that's the truth of it. There is nothing bad.
Be advised, UAV is exiting the AO.
Because there is
The
no
work
God.
is good.
Well, the way I believe that works is like there's no good and bad in the eyes of God because you could kill somebody or murder somebody and it'd be justifiable. It could be for
Copy that. Mortar strike inbound.
the reason, but because if somebody wants to selfishly kill somebody or whatever, like that's not God. That's their
Securing objective
selfishness.
Bravo.
Just because people do something doesn't mean it's
We are
godly.
taking Bravo.
Sometimes it's just not good.
You'd say it was-
It's
it's
not
not
of good.
Securing objective Alpha.
It's not of God.
The enemy is gaining ground.
It's not good.
I just killed myself with my own mortar strike.
I'm saying like okay, like okay, for instance, like the only way I can see that as a thing is if you're like okay, you go back in time and you kill baby but then like yes, that would be like in the big scheme of things. You're preventing this, so maybe God did that
I mean-
to prevent this, but like it's not just because somebody does something does not mean that it is a thing that should not be shot or be like no that fucking sucks.
But then it comes down to who are you to change the course of history. Because of World War II, a whole bunch of shit happened that
I
probably
agree
would
with
not
time
have
travel
happened.
thing.
If you didn't think that the work was good, you would have guilt, especially over the things that you had contributed to that it wasn't good.
What does that mean?
Not necessarily.
Hostile UAV active.
Those who make it to the source have no guilt.
We are taking Bravo.
Well, I haven't gotten to the source because
So those who have
you can't get
they're
there.
bad people. You said like it's bad
You
people.
can be. You can, yes.
No, I don't. So just to get to the source, you just like negate any kind of universal.
Right.
I don't
Step
think God
outside
is
your mind.
the source.
We are taking
Just
Charlie.
because the source doesn't mean you hack
Karma
God.
doesn't exist.
It sounds
It
like you're
is.
hacking God.
Yes.
Because you got to the source. It's not. Okay.
Yes.
Why do you believe
That's
that?
a good
Okay,
way
I
to
don't
put
believe
it.
that. Why do you believe
That
that?
is a good way to put it.
Why do you
I'm reloading.
Why do you believe like just getting to the source
I'm hit.
influences God? Like,
This
how
is
do
the
you-
God experience.
What is the God? What is this? You said this is the God experience. What? This is a God experience. 'Cause
So
I
there's-
said God is
two
getting to the
things.
source, and you influence
This
God.
is-
You said that's the God
Requesting
experience.
recon
What is that?
This is like the Holy Trinity.
Hostile VTOL
It's the
incoming.
same thing. So you have the source,
Hostile
you
soldier
have
airstrike.
you, you have body universe, there's everything else.
Isn't the
Like the
ego
Holy Spirit.
body? Isn't the ego two bodies?
Your body world
Taking Charlie. Hostile deployed the counter UAV.
but it's not exactly the same thing. If, depending on your level of enlightenment, you might say, well, I am,
Enemy contact!
and then you're on a path, called the initiate. And that's what you call synchronicity. This is synchronicity too. When you're inside, things you think and feel are matching the outside, patterns and circumstances. So then you're blending the you and the body. And then that's, so then, you know, the triad, the trinity becomes a duality.
Levels of
Then
bullshit.
it's just you and the source. And then that's just you. You get it?
You use these terms like the source and your body and stuff.
So there's only three things to exist.
Well, I mean, like you say, your body and the source. Like, is your body like? Is it the Trinity that you're describing? Your body, the source.
Your
and
body is an
something?
illusion.
Okay.
Pretty solid illusion.
Fuck off, Reggie. God damn it, Reggie. You're a master troll, dude. You should fucking.
What?
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 It was really. So the
So there's
Body
the
thing.
universe split up into time and space, and then there's you perceiving it. Those two things exist all the time. That's subjective experience. That's space-time reality that we live in. As soon as you step out of that, what are you stepping into? What was there before time? What was there before space?
Nothing.
Nothing is God.
No,
There
nothing.
was everything in an
I mean,
infinite
it's always
point of
been.
energy, of stable energy. That's the source. That's the beginning. And what
So
you
there was
what
always
we're-
something. So who created something?
well,
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
the act of Genesis is the Big
I
Bang.
believe is the act of God. Whatever that was, the spark of consciousness.
Well, that's a
Then split up
experience. That's an experience
a
you can
belief.
have. Because if you successfully get your consciousness outside of your body world and time and space entirely, then there's nowhere to go but to be looking directly at the source. It's you looking at the source. And then it's just you if you get to the next place.
means if you get really high.
That's the pearly gate, is you looking at the source. You see it as a physical, visual
So you
thing
mean
that fills up
like
your vision.
like death is the next step. Getting to the pearly gates.
Apparently, you
You've
don't have to be
always
dead
lived.
to
We've
get
always
there.
lived forever. You've always been Michael McDaniels.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
always
I've
will be
always,
Michael
I've
McDaniels.
not always been like Michael McDaniels. I've always,
Yes,
I've always,
that's one of the truths.
I am my soul. Like I've always.
Yeah, but what is your soul?
I don't know if I've lived multiple lives or not. I just know I've lived this life, and I know my soul will live on. That's all I know.
When the illusion
to
begins to fall away, then
a
you
more
remember.
virtuous life.
God, if he put
When
this
the
much
illusion
effort in
begins
like,
to
working
fall away,
in a
then you
career,
remember that you've
that he is
always
this
been
bullshit.
this person.
Mhm.
Always.
I swear.
Well, I have always been this
Always.
person.
That's a truth. I'm trying to tell you.
How do you?
Revealed.
But why do you
That's
believe?
the
but why do you
truth.
believe that's
It's not
the truth?
belief.
But you have faith.
It's
You have faith.
revelation.
It's a belief.
It's not
You
faith or
can't prove
belief,
it. It's a
I
understanding.
believe. Well, my beliefs and my faith is a revelation to me. So like that's what.
If you have no solid proof, it's a belief.
So, it is that to me. And I don't believe I've just always been living in this simulation or something.
That's not what I said.
Well, I don't believe I've just always been Michael McDaniels. In this
Somehow you've
reality.
always been this person. I
I've
don't
always
know
had
about
soul.
reality. I don't know about parallel universes and shit like
What do you
that,
mean
or
person?
timelines. I just mean
Okay.
this
Person.
has always been you and will always be.
Well, you said person. What do you mean you?
Flavor of source energy.
Yes, my
This
soul.
this individual. You can call it a soul if you want.
That's what I'm, yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, that's what I'm trying. That's what I was trying to figure out. Like, are you talking about me, Michael McDaniels, in this reality?
You look
You're
the
talking about-
same.
You're talking about soul.
You look the same, I believe. I think that has
Why do you
something to
believe
do
that?
with, because that was part of the revelation.
What was
The
so
visual- the
revelation
visual
told you that
aspect.
people look the same.
The visual aspect of yourself is your soul. It's like waves propagating outward through your biology, through time. And those waves are your pattern. Just like your
So you believe
DNA
we're always
becomes...
humans? We can't be other beings? Because like I've had like experiences of like
Well, it's the
being
human condition.
of a, not human.
It's the human condition, which means that even though they might look alien to us, for them growing up as that person, their experience would be very much like yours.
So you mean you don't look the same? So you don't look the same necessarily. You're that same personality.
Something like that. The same vibration. Like a string on a violin. You're a standing wave oscillating outward, reverberating through time, with waves propagating through your biology, making you you. So your outward appearance is just like what your soul looks like, unless you have your vehicle of light. And then you look like a sun. You look like a star out there.
So have you seen like the dark ship that comes to the sun, and then it sucks up, like, it sucks energy from the sun? Have you seen that NASA image?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
You should, yeah. But do you know
I've
what I'm
looked
talking
into
about?
it. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've looked
Look
into
at
that
dude.
and all the electric universe theories.
Something.
I'm really
sucking
not
energy.
sure. Tell you what, man, you go far enough
You know,
down
if you
that
can
rabbit
manipulate
hole.
the sun enough, like just like if you could manipulate the weather enough, you could fucking cause a
I
world
think they could
catastrophe.
turn it off, just like flicking a switch if they wanted to.
Worse than the flare out. Worse than the solar flare.
Yeah,
That would
no.
dampen the whole Earth.
Well,
if it is,
it's
if
either
that thing is,
it's either a gigantic ball of fusion with a core that can't quite become iron, or it gets supernova,
and
or
when it
else
gets
it's
close to
something
it's like a
else.
negative positive, and it could be some kind of like space animal, for lack of a better word, or it could be some kind of like ball of
Well,
energy of
Blavatsky
some
always
sort.
said that the planetary logos would become the solar logos, would become the galactic logos, and they would keep moving up in a line depending on the evolution of whoever was the next avatar for the planet. That shit's kind of interesting. That's why I think, like, not my universe was named Michael, but for a small moment in
Trump might
time.
be the next avatar.
Oh, I really doubt it. I just think for a small moment in time, I could have been the avatar if I had been needed, but I let it pass. And now all I have is the memory of what it was like. You know?
You have
Fucked me up.
everything in front of you. You have everything you want to go after in front of you. And roll it. Your time
This
has
is
not
not
passed.
for me. This is not for me. Speak to my brother Philip, for whom this world was made. That's in the Gospel of Thomas. Speak to my brother Thomas. I get that now. I get that. It's not for me. But I can help legitimize Danny's work. It's real. 100%. And if anybody tries to ridicule me and say it's not, I'll have a bone to pick with them, you know? And not for my own purposes either. It's like this is
Sounds like
legitimizes
you hold
my
a lot of your
brother's
purpose
career.
in him.
I really want Danny's work to become something, you know?
Well,
I want you to become something.
I'll never be famous. Nobody will ever know my name.
You don't have to.
Famous.
You don't have to be
or
famous. Be successful.
Is nothing. Success is in
Contribute.
you. That's what.
I want food
That's-
stamps, man. I got
You know,
2 jobs.
I mean, you could be.
It's a tough economy.
Yeah. Well, you are contributing.
I got 2 jobs.
You are contributing. Hey.
Danny feels the same way, though. He said, I just hope they don't find out what a fucking loser I am.
You know,
I want him to own the fucking world.
we
I
can
want that for my brother. Damn
fuck
it.
the world. What is the world like? The lessons of Christianity should be fucking embraced.
And I was just saying, my
and
family's,
inside of like egotism, because like
my family's been through some
what is the
squalor.
world? Fuck the world. Like your family, the
You're
people
not
around
helping
you.
it.
That's what matters.
That's what I'm
That's
really
what,
worried
like,
about, man. He's
giving
got an autistic
Love
son
and
to
life
raise.
back to the world.
He's living with Becky's parents and raising an autistic son. You think if they didn't, if he got a fucking deal offered to him for some good money to compromise his principles and join their club, he would do it, man.
Well, that's not worth it. That's the thing.
well,
What
you
is it
gonna say
worth
to my
to
brother?
gain the world and lose your soul?
He would think because Danny
That's a
thinks of
weak
himself
person.
as a magician, and I tell him, you know, I'm like,
Forsake your morals
you
for
might
that?
have all this magic, you know, but I carry the light with me like a sword. And please let me be with you if you do any of this dark magic shit, you know, because Danny gets into this stuff, and he has bad repercussions.
Yeah, it's not a good way to. That's like what Christ was
He
trying
loves
to
it,
talk
man.
about. Was like people like
He loves that
want
shit.
these
He
want
thinks
these
he's,
shortcuts. Well, where does
Danny
that get
thinks
you?
he's
You know,
reincarnated
look at
Crowley.
the fruit, like when you listen to somebody and a philosopher or like a self-help somebody or whatever, someone you mentor anything. Look at the fruits they bear. If they bear no fruits, then question it. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I wonder if he ever hears himself talk.
That's what I'm saying. I'll never bear any fruits with this.
No, you won't bear any fruits because you say that, man. You can bear fruits. Fruits is not like having some kind of like famous following. That's no fruit. That's
Try
you know what
and-
your
I
legacy
try and
is. You
give-
know what
Climbing-
your legacy is?
climbing
You know
the
what your
ladder
fruit
at work.
is? Your fruit's your daughter. That's what
Yeah,
your
and
legacy and
she-
your fruit is. You know what your
she
brother's
knows
legacy and
all
fruit
this
is instead of
stuff.
chasing fame and all this shit? Fucking his son, his wife. That's his legacy.
His autistic son.
That's what
gonna need
lasts.
Probably medical help. You know, he's trying to get some kind of maybe a legacy. Like if his books ever do make some money after he's gone, maybe it would give Bacchus some, some income.
But honestly, like Reggie, you work in a factory, you work in a cheese factory, right? It's like, does
Yeah.
anybody like fucking? I look like and like I respect all that. I respect what you do and anything, but no one grows up and is like, I'm gonna do that. But
It
that
wasn't
is-
until I got there that I realized, no, I'm going to climb the ladder here.
Some
Like,
kids
I
that had a
want
and
to
dad
be
that's
here.
the
was there,
thing.
maybe.
That's the thing. You picked your ladder and you climbed it. That's one of the things.
Yeah.
And like it is a moral, just, and virtuous thing to do what you do. Like we need you. You know, you're not going to be on a magazine cover. No one's going to write a book about you. But like,
I know. Yeah.
your family will. And like, but you know what? That shouldn't be what's important either, right? Like we all agree. Like that's not what's important, right? It's like those around you and those you impact. That's what really matters. And if the opportunity comes your way, then so be it. And if your goal is to do that, then strive for that. But yeah, some things are meant to be hobbies. But that's what you should do. Like what I've been like. That's what you should do.
Video games are hobbies.
You should.
This is a
you
waste
should,
of time. All
you
these
should,
games we play are wastes of time.
Yeah, they are a distraction and a leisure activity. But if what you want to be known for your books and your intellectualism and podcasting, then do that as your hobby.
Put some editing into your
or your
videos.
side hustle or whatever it is. And you know what? Opportunity comes your way, jump on it. And if it doesn't, make sure it's something you love and enjoy. But if it's something that's not, just I think we've all probably let opportunities pass us by in some way or the other. So, if you follow what you love and do it in an astute way, that's all you can do. And make sure you're making money on the way, like what you're doing. You're doing this podcasting thing, collaborating with your brother, and all that. It's good stuff. It's like, embrace that. Like,
It's too hard.
it's not. I mean, even the most successful people aren't where they want to be, or aren't where they wanted to be. You know what I mean? Like,
That's it. That when he said it's too hard, that's the mentality I don't understand. It's too hard. No, you just are too lazy.
Dude,
You
that's-
don't want to do it.
yeah, because you don't feel, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Like
truly,
I
like,
spent
you
10
are
years
like
at a
my brother.
shithole.
Yeah.
Like I literally spent 10 years in a shithole, not going anywhere. And when I changed, like where I work, when I had to, that's when I changed, like my attitude. I was like, no, I can do this. I'm
Exactly.
taking this company. I'm taking the whole company.
Yeah, that's what you gotta. And do it in a smart, cooperative way. Too, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
do it in the right way.
7 years, like 4 promotions.
And that's the thing, man. So many people around you will make you feel like you can't and stuff. And you start believing it.
I'd classify it as like the lowest of middle management.
Well, until you start mailing me my cheese
I
wheels.
start mailing you.
So you start mailing my cheese, I'll pay you for. It's all lies.
Look, I can't mail you a wheel.
Or whatever.
If I could sneak out a 640-pound block of cheese, I would.
Oh my god, dude! I would have to call all the stores in town and be like, "Yo, how much you want?"
During COVID. But no, like, I used to think that we made literal 640-pound blocks of cheese. Really, what they do is they take 40-pound blocks of cheese that they've made and squeeze 16 of them together. until they knit together into one big block. I was like, what?
Why? To
that's
ship
how they
to
do
the
it.
factory?
Well, yeah, that's how they make.
Package?
Well, that's how they make the bigger blocks of cheese that we then cut down most of the time.
Why wouldn't they just give you the small ones? Wait, do you?
Because it saves on space.
When they're shipping it?
It's less space in the warehouse and less waste and cardboard and all that other shit.
Oh, okay. Steve?
The Legacy bar. Let's just say the 6-ounce ones. Oh yeah, I walk out with like a random bar here or there all the time.
God damn, dude! I want some of that
Usually
free
it's pepper
cheese.
jack, Kobe jack, sometimes a habanero for my father-in-law. There's no biggie. It's not like it's not like they care because it would just be thrown into animal food anyway.
I love cheese, and I freeze cheese when I find a deal. I'm telling you, dude. I'll give you something on top, and I'll pay for shipping.
I mean, every Christmas they give us a box full of cheese and whatnot.
Straight
2-pounders, shredded.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. I don't want shredded though. Do y'all put those powders in there shredded? That like keep it separated? That's the thing I don't like about
No.
it. No.
What you mean? Not the protein. Whey, basically.
I assume so. If you're saying that's what it is, yeah. Well,
Yeah, the dried up juice of the cheese is whey, which sometimes they package in those fucking big plastic containers that you can just scoop out.
That's what whey protein is?
I think so.
God damn it. No wonder it makes you fart. It's fucking cheese protein, dude. What were you saying, Steve?
We took him off track.
Yeah. That's something about the cheese.
I think he was trying to ask me something about the Christmas box that we get. And then we kind of lost him.
He's gone. He's still.
His brain melted from the cheese.
Need cheese melt.
Oh, what? I think he's back.
Steven, are you with us?
There he goes.
Steven.
I think you were asking me something about the Christmas box. And we got sidetracked with cheese farting.
Boner. Yeah. Sorry. Paycheck.
Christmas bonus.
It's a bonus.
That's
it's a bonus. Nigga.
They don't give us like a monetary bonus most of the time, but they do give us a raise every year. The cheese box at Christmas. Every month they have some kind of lunch for us, at least once a month.
What kind of lunch? Sandwiches?
Like tacos, chicken.
Yes.
Let's see. So they're gonna have a taco truck come up next month. This past month was chicken and a salad. Before that, pulled pork.
Oof, yeah. Alright,
Pizza.
Trying to find a good company to work for, but I don't. I'm good in computer networking, but I don't know if I just need to just go straight up into computer security or network security. Stop.
It's all listening to you. They're listening to your plans.
But I don't know if I should just go straight up into cybersecurity. Network security, just skip it. I just really want to stay away from anything too much programming. Yeah, be working.
You want to do a little programming. You don't want to.
I'm gonna have to do a little. I want to do the little program that Eric was doing, where you could just Google. Run into a problem, you can Google it and then figure it out. I mean, a lot of programming, like 99% of programming is that, by the way. It's programmers who have never run into it, doing a good Google search on like the websites that a lot of people congregate to help out other programmers.
Script kiddies.
Yep. They're not script kiddies. They're like a lot of them are people. Yes, but a lot of people are people just trying to like learn, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're just gonna they might just copy, but yeah, well, copy and paste, it works, cool, don't need to understand.
Don't need
to. Fixed it? Oh, okay, I fixed it. But there's like a lot of ways in computer technology and stuff where you can, and networking and where you can, like basically not share your passwords and stuff and not share certain things to where if they fired you they'd be fucked.
Let me ask you something if you're
So like they don't want to fire
you. Did you care about the civil?
It's like a job security thing. That's like they actually teach you to do. So they don't fire you. It's like this is a good thing we learned to for job security. You should use it too. But I'm sure a lot of people I'm sure a lot of companies make you sign shit, so you can't do that nowadays.
Oh, you meant like NDAs?
Yeah, like where you have to specifically where they'd be like you have to share all your passwords. You have to document all your fixes to the network type stuff. So you can't just leave and be like, there goes all the blueprints for the network. And the new guy comes in and has to be like, what's going on with this network? And God forbid something go down. And then while he's trying to figure shit out. But yeah, a lot of people have a thing to
Did you get this? Oh, I want it my phone.
You're fuck it, I'm doing this, I'm going at it, and that's how you do it. You fucking pick a thing, and you get good at it.
Launching the first, but the last time we spoke. Hi everyone.
Wait, how did you flip that switch, Reggie? You just were reached a point
from just like being not even so much content, but just being where I was, to looking around and going, I can do this, and I'm going to do it. That kind of thing.
Like before that, were you like, was it like something you're like, how do you do that?
It was.
I don't know, so I'm not gonna try.
Like where I was just, I wouldn't even call it content. I was just there. And I look around. I knew I wasn't going to advance anywhere.
Somebody made a video.
And every place was just a revolving door.
It's AOC and Elon, but it's like this romantic moment happening between them. Of course, it's completely fake, but it's beautiful.
And like I was just there, just being miserable. And I got to like when they let me go, and I got to the place where I am now. I look around. I'm like, this is nowhere near as bad as where I've just spent the last 10 years.
Right.
And it's easy. It's physically easier.
Sure.
It's
damn right. Yeah.
And I'm like,
hard and
I started looking around. I'm like,
bitching about it. Yeah.
I want to learn this, and I want to learn that, and I want to learn that. And I started doing all that stuff, and I'm just like, this is doable. And I see other people being promoted from the inside rather than just constantly hiring out.
Like, they're fucking idiots.
I'm like, I can do this. I just started doing it. I kept throwing an application in at every fucking thing that was above me.
I like that. I mean, I've heard, this works especially when you're younger. But if you just go, you want to work at a place, but they're not hiring. If you just go enough times and ask to speak to the boss type situation, if it's if it's not like a big corporate thing, if it's like a dude who's like, this is his business and he has like a deep connection to it, they appreciate that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But that shit you can pull off in your early 20s.
Like one of my interviews for a shift supervisor, they're like, well, why do you want to do this? And I looked them right in the face and I said, because I want to be in a position that my daughter can say, my dad's in charge of.
Yeah, that's a big motivation. That's a good honest, that's like the best honest answer to that question that like people don't that's a good time to use honesty, because that's the honesty how most people would feel like, dude, like, because it's more prestigious.
And it's like I'm not just getting the position so I can have it and then go to another company 3 months later and say, yeah, I was here in charge here, now I want to come here because it'll pay more. It's like, nah, I'm here, I'm staying here, you ain't getting rid of me. I've already outlasted fucking 6 shift supervisors.
Right. Yes. Yeah. And if it's a job where it's a good company to move up in, that's the way to go. And basically, have you been shift supervisor on? Are you shift supervisor now?
No, not yet. I'm like 2 steps below that. Because they have it basically goes from starting of the shift supervisor, there's 2 of those, a quote team leader is one of those, who's basically in between the line leaders and shift supervisor. Then underneath the team leader you have the line leaders. Underneath that, you have operators. Underneath that, you have the line workers. The operators are basically the cutters, the openers, the people who keep the machines running.
You ever do you work around machinery that can kill people? You ever?
Oh God, yeah.
You ever had any work accidents? You've seen? Been around? Heard of?
Nothing major, just cuts and scrapes so far.
There's a story about these guys getting caught in a. There was an industrial oven, and they let some. You know they don't want to shut down, right?
Yeah.
Anything you do not shut down, so they're trying not to shut down. These mechanics went in there to repair something, and then it went through the process and locked them in.
Oh,
and there was no way to get them out until the process finished, and they got like eaten up in the. One of them got out. I think one of them got out, died later or something. Maybe made it, but one of the dudes like got baked in there, got wrapped up in that conveyor belt type thing, to where he was dead when he came out.
Oh, yeah.
I've like played around. Like one of my friend's dads had like a factory. They like made TVs and used to play around with that shit. It's like, man. Used to play around with a not a bandsaw, but a table saw.
Yeah.
I had no respect for that machine like I should have. like man, I'm like, woo. I had dodged a lot of bullets. I think the worst part is what?
Just say you definitely. Before I got there, I already had like I wouldn't say a thing for safety, but I knew shit I shouldn't be doing, basically, because of my previous job when it came to the machines. Because the laser cutters that I used to run, you could fuck them up quite easily, and there are parts of them that if you break, will release toxic gas.
No.
Oh yeah. If you don't take certain care of it, you could start a fire in it. Which that one did actually happen one night. Fucking, I was showing a guy how to keep like the maintenance on it and whatnot. And I emptied something that hadn't been emptied in probably a good couple of months. And it should have been emptied out like weekly.
Well, of course.
I went home. A couple hours later, it caught fire.
Was the machine?
Yeah.
Man, that should be whoever's ass. Whoever was not emptying that shit out. That's damn. That's why you have to have a healthy hatred for the other shift.
Yeah, you just gotta believe that they're not doing their job properly.
Like, bitches, y'all fucking have it like, we don't want any of your shit here. We want trash dump, all that shit. That's how. Because then you're liable. Some stuff gets. Because we had stuff where like you had, there might be a situation where we have to be like, okay, did you do this? Well, let's check. So roll back the camera. Let's see. You get shit wrong, then it's a lot of money.
I think they had insurance. They had an insurance adjuster, I guess, come through, and they got literally the entire place wall to wall cleaned for free, despite the fact there wasn't really any damage to the place, even smoke damage.
We didn't have to pay.
But I remember coming in when they started cleaning. And, oh my god.
What is this?
I saw one of the walls. I'm like, wait, they're supposed to be white? Because ever since I had been there, and we're talking like 7-8 years at the time,
so
it was always like this.
It was ready.
Like all the walls were like this shade of beige that I thought was just beige. And like they started professionally cleaning the walls and they were white. I'm like, whoa. That's just wrong.
Well, it seems like they weren't, the fire was bound to happen.
Oh no, the fire happened inside the machine. It didn't actually get too far out of the machine. Like some of the smoke from it, got to the ceiling. But that was about it. There weren't any scorch marks or burns anywhere. But still managed to get the insurance to pay for end-to-end cleaning.
It's a good reason. And it's like, we totally need it. Yeah, we've been paying you thousands a month. Let's get that shit.
Oh man.
You bear fruit.
Fun times. God, I should have went to bed like an hour ago.
Me too.
I've got a 3-hour long stream going on.
Jesus Christ.
And somebody's watching it apparently.
You're a faggot. You hear me? Unless you are, which I support you.
Yeah, that's assuming it's not just like the one viewer isn't just my stream manager on my phone.
Wait a second.
Because I can manage the chat from the stream or from my phone.
What's that? There you go. Well, it might
3
be.
hour. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna post this to YouTube. I'll download it so it doesn't just get sent off into the void. But I'm pretty sure I'm not posting this one to YouTube.
Dude, it might get the most views. See? What are you talking about? I can't view it. Let me watch it.
What,
Yeah.
stream?
Yeah, I'm going to watch you and it's not working.
Is it just like loading, perpetual loading kind of thing?
No, it just brings me to the home screen.
Oh. Damn. Even Twitch is like, nah, you don't want to see this.
No, dude.
It's like,
Wait.
This is not for you.
Nah. Maybe I have to sign in. It's probably because I'm not signed in.
I don't know. I think I did think I'd make my streams for mature audiences. I think.
This would be YouTube.
So you would have to.
So
you would have to be signed in.
Yeah, that's what it is. Smart.
Fun times. If I really want to have fun times, mature audiences only.
Yeah, please don't age restrict me. Or like, don't report.
Oh yeah.
Because you're
like when I put a video to YouTube, it asks me if this video is made for kids, and I say no, and then it asks me if I want to age restrict it, and I go no.
I wonder how much that limits you though.
A lot.
Yeah. So what do you got? 20
More than likely.
followers?
It's 21 on Twitch, 17 on YouTube, with over 3,000 views and I think 50 hours of watch time.
And this is like natural views.
What?
Like you don't.
Yeah, these are just
You
people
just let them come.
passing through. Click on the video, watch a few seconds of it, go to something else.
Well,
But yeah, one of my coworkers, shit, here's my remote. One of my coworkers told me something that I was just like, I really don't want to do that. This a while back, I played My Friend Peppa Pig for like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And I streamed that and I put it on YouTube, and I stopped after 8 minutes because I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. Like, this is hurting me. This is hurting me on the inside. I put it up, and that video alone has like 1,500 views. I'm like, he told me I needed to make a sequel. I'm like, no, I don't want to. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, oh my god, I made you. I might have to.
Might have to get a Peppa Pig. I remember that, like, you had like the most views. You were like, I got a lot of views when I played that.
Yeah. It's up to, it was like up to 1,500 at this point. I'm just like,
Jeez.
why are people still looking?
Okay,
at
I'll
this?
tell you why. If you pick games that people are like, what the fuck? Then like, they're gonna just look it up. They're gonna be like Peppa Pig, and you might pop up there. Not a lot of people are doing it.
The best part is I looked up the analytics of it, like the age ranges of the people clicking on it and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like 75% female, and it was age ranges 22 to 45 that were watching that video.
So you got all the honeys tuning in. Huh?
I'm like, why? Why is this a thing?
Because they're like, I want to play this game. I remember Peppa Pig. I'm a gamer girl.
I'm a gamer girl.
They're like, I don't know how to jump in this game. Let me look it up.
I couldn't figure out how to play tag in My Friend Pepper.
Yeah, they're dumb women. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, women are brave. Sorry, dude, I'm trying to fuck up your algorithm, dude.
That's whatever. I've had so many copyright hits on my Call of Duty gameplays.
Oh, turn on, there's a stream-friendly option for Call of Duty.
Oh, no shit.
Yep. A lot of games will have stream-friendly option buttons, which
that would save me a lot of fucking having to click on it over and over to replace the songs.
I don't know if Call of Duty has it, but I have seen it in games recently. I think specifically Hogwarts has one too. That's the one that I know I've seen recently.
Why would Hogwarts have one? Like, what the fuck is it censoring out of the stream for Hogwarts?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure. Could be mistaken, but... The music? I mean, it's Warner Brothers, you know? It's not Twitch. Twitch doesn't own it.
Yeah. That's just weird. I haven't had any copyright hits from Hogwarts.
Okay.
So for some reason, Twitch has muted certain points of my Minecraft gameplay. I'm just like, why? I'm not even doing anything.
Maybe grunting too hard. Sexual gameplay.
Yeah.
Breathe into it. I don't know. I barely did any Twitch. What are you doing? But yeah, if you get Twitch famous, I'm gonna fucking ride your coattails. Not really, but I will. I would game with you, low-key. I really would hate to become famous, though. I truly would.
Yeah.
I would love to entertain people and make people laugh and stuff, but like, God, to be famous, like, fuck that.
Yeah, that's how it always starts. It's just like, I did this as a hobby, and then
yeah,
just out of nowhere an explosion happens where somebody gets fucking thousands of views and thousands of views and subs.
Find some interesting new games to play that many people aren't playing. That like, because a lot of stuff is people like, oh, before I download or play this, let me see what it looks like.
Yeah. Alright, fuck. Alright, I gotta force myself away. I'm going to bed.
Yeah. The game's